Guys, we're back.
I know.
Hey, man.
We're alive.
We're on.
We were forced out of retirement.
What
I'm
were we
here
talking
on gunpoint.
I feel like it was
I'm here at
it was a
gunpoint.
Sleeping Beauty situation.
Yeah.
Prince Charming came and
You kissed
woke us
you?
up.
In this story, who's Prince Charming?
It had to be you. What you mean you?
I ain't kissing nobody.
I said woke us up. You heard me? I choose my words very carefully.
He ain't no Prince Charming.
In the new whatever,
Clearly, I'm not.
Sleeping Beauty, did they? Oh no, that was Snow White. Never mind. Forget
What
it.
about the new stuff? I don't.
No, I was just curious if. No, I know Snow White was all like new age and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So I
she's a
was
bit
curious
intense.
in Sleeping Beauty if Prince Charming is allowed to kiss the princess because he doesn't have her consent.
Oh yeah, the sexual harassment.
SA baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
SA. You shouldn't say
What up,
SA,
guys? We
baby.
back.
Let's talk about consent.
Hey.
Oh my.
Oh
Why are
boy.
you looking at me?
He didn't even know where we were going with this. I didn't know.
I didn't know neither.
All right.
You just actually gave me a good idea,
Oh, okay.
a segue to where we should go.
Okay.
I am amused.
No, because technically there was a case where this guy, I don't know if you saw the video,
Talk to me.
this baby that fell from a balcony,
Jesus, I hate you. Now.
and this man downstairs
Caught the
Caught
baby?
the baby.
caught the baby.
Yeah.
It broke
okay.
2 arms,
Oh,
and the parents sued the guy
for what?
for
Is this real?
like from
Where?
again
This
the
can't
United
be true.
States.
This can't be
The
true.
United States, and they sued him for not
Saving
minding
the baby?
pretty
Okay.
much.
I'm a little
Like he
bit-
didn't save him properly.
Oh. So there's a way to be saved.
Can we arrest
properly.
those parents for the baby falling out the window?
No, but they won.
Because that's no.
They
I don't want to hear
won.
that.
They won.
I don't want to hear that. Can they arrest those parents for neglect?
Can I just walk out now?
No, I'm done. I'm done. Like I don't even
No,
want to
no.
talk about this. What?
This is
And on that note,
Like
honestly.
how did they win?
again, I didn't get all the details, but I'm just thinking about it now. The question of consent and everything like that.
Okay.
How do you come about? Because there's a civil responsibility I know here in Quebec if
Okay.
you have first aid courses.
You have to
You have to.
perform CPR, yes, or
but
you are
let's just
fined.
say if you're really rusty and you break
I was
a
about
rib,
to ask. What if it's
what
not-
happens that?
Yeah.
No, that
It's part of
it's part of it.
the risk.
Yes,
If you
I
haven't done the
remember
read,
when
because I know
we
you're supposed
used
to
to
redo
do
the course, no?
Every 3 years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to do it every 3 years, and that was one of the things we were taught by the actual technicians, like the paramedics. Well, I don't know if they're paramedics here in Quebec, all of them. But anyways, the ones that train us, they were like, "Listen, your most important objective is to save this person. If you're gonna break some ribs or whatever, so
It's
be
a
it.
risk willing to take.
It's a risk. I rather him having broken ribs than
But
not breathing
question,
and dying.
Like I don't know. Was your question if you're outdated in terms of you haven't done it every 3
no,
years?
you've done it, or you just because you can not feel comfortable.
But what
too.
I was gonna say, if you have, because you guys talked about it being like your obligation. you're
Yes,
supposed
because
to.
if you don't do
But
it,
what
then
if
they
I
find
Is
out.
that a
haven't
law?
done it
Is that
in,
like a
like-
good Samaritan
That's
law?
what I
Yeah, I
meant.
think
It's the Good
that's
Samaritan
the
law. I
law.
have
that
But what
they
if I haven't been
Don't,
updated in
quote
like
me.
10 years or so?
It's still
It's-
better than somebody that hasn't
So
had
it's
it.
still
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Still a
Right?
requirement. All right.
Right.
But
Well,
the thing is, if you're nervous and you don't feel comfortable doing it, you can be sued for negligence. And
But
I
here
just
in,
ain't gonna
in
say
Canada,
shit.
is it fined? I think you're fined.
I don't know what
think
it
you're
is.
sued here.
I mean, how they gonna know?
but you're there.
But what if you don't know CPR at all? Like you never took the,
Oh,
the
but
course.
No,
but
that you're not.
then you're not going to be sued for that.
It's because
But that's
if-
what I'm trying to say. They wouldn't know. Like, let's say, for example, like I haven't done it in 10 years. I'm not comfortable doing it. Like, they'll never know that I actually did it. But I have my
How it comes
certification.
about
Yeah.
that they would know, I honestly,
That's
I
what I'm
wouldn't.
saying.
I
Like, for me, it'd just
don't
be like,
know.
ah. You know?
Unless it's on video around and people see
everything
the
is
person.
on video nowadays.
Back then.
And then somebody reports you, like everything's quantified. So what?
No, because there's this big question now of consent,
Mm-hmm.
right? And who gives consent when somebody is
In danger?
in danger.
But how do you even predict certain dangers?
For
Like
real.
this baby, nobody predicted this kid to fall out the window.
Bro,
like,
I swear,
mean,
like that
The
one. has
parents were
me-
yelling.
I'm
That's
upset.
what, like, I guess they were seeing slipping through the bars, and the guy just grabbed the kid. The kid survived, but just a couple of broken.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't know
It's-
how to respond to that one.
Like,
man.
I don't know what they were expecting. Like, they'll just drop him on the
like
floor.
you
Arrest
and
the
then
parents.
he would have been sued for not saving the child, but yet he's
No,
being,
nothing
like,
would have happened.
No,
then at that
nothing
point.
would have happened to him from a moral
Yeah,
point of view,
exactly.
but the trauma
Psychological-
that comes with it,
psychological, yeah.
seeing a kid go splash.
Well, what to
No,
I
but
don't
for-
even know
yeah,
how
I
this
don't-
poor
I-
individual feels.
I-
Like you broke both your arms trying to save a kid, and now you're being sued because you saved the kid.
I think I hate these
I
parents.
think there's something seriously wrong with this world.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. It's
You might
I've
have
gone
to
down that rabbit hole.
Tell me,
so.
tell me your thoughts, please.
Yeah, tell me more.
Of what? How horrible the
Tell
world
me
has
more.
become?
Yeah.
No.
It's a very interesting place, huh?
It's a rabbit hole that
It's
I'm trying to
dark.
dig my way out of, but here I am.
It's hard
So,
to climb out of it.
what's another subject that makes you hate people more nowadays?
Every subject makes me hate people.
God, she's not wrong. Like
Every subject.
What was the most recent? one?
everything on everything on. Like I was gonna say,
Something is very wrong.
social media, TV, like
Yeah.
everything on, basically.
I hate everything.
What do you hate the most? What's your most
don't
hated
know.
subject right now?
My most hated subject.
Me, it's Trump.
It's a strong word. I don't think I hate any subject. It's just I feel so hopeless and so defeated when I hear these things. I just don't want to.
What things?
Don't want to be.
That's
part
what I
of
want
it.
to know. What things are you talking about?
I can't, there's so many I can't even recall. Just out of the
I said it.
top of my
I said
head.
Trump. I said it, and I'm sticking
You're
to it.
fed up of Trump
Oh.
because of being in the news, or his
Yeah.
policies?
Oh, yeah. Well, if we could talk about it, we talk about it for sure. The
Mhm.
policies, absolutely. Him. Oh man, I just hate the fact that, like, okay, it's really become cultish. Like,
Oh, what do you mean?
Like
In
the
what way?
MAGAs you're talking about?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's really like become like a cult whenever it comes to him, because it's always also the hypocrisies that really kills me. You know what I mean? Like, and then again, is he really a hypocrite?
I don't
Maybe
think Trump
not.
is a hypocrite.
He's not a liar. He
No,
said
he's
everything
not.
that he said he was
Yeah.
gonna do. Well, he did lie about. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. I'll take that back. He was honest in terms of when he said he was gonna go after certain people and his enemies straight up.
Right.
But he's still a liar at the end of the day, because when we're talking about like remember when he said, in my first few months I'm gonna end the Ukraine-Russia war, all these different things that he kind of pushed.
But is he
You
lying? It's
consider
just
that as a
ongoing.
lie?
It is a lie,
But it's ongoing.
but it's a lie. He came in
You
with
think it's just an empty
a
promise?
lot, and then
he
empty
can't-
promises of what?
But he can't fulfill it.
And we know that, but he campaigned on that stuff too.
Yeah, because he's
Oh, so that means he lied
he's a
on the
mule.
wall too.
He lied on everything. He definitely lied on that. You know what I'm
But he
saying?
didn't lie about ICE
Oh,
or
Which
no.
part?
Doge.
But
he was-
that's what I said. Well, Doge,
Well, he cut a couple of.
Doge was. I just find that they spend so much more money in these programs, like whether it's be like with like actually having like hiring Doge and ICE and like
Yeah.
all these different things. They spent way much more money like doing these things than they could have saved in terms of, you know what I mean? Like they could have saved money for the for the economy, for the people, everything like that. Everything they said, they're doing these things to make America great again. They're
Yeah, he
making
changed
it
the name
horrible.
of what was it?
The
National
Department of
Defense?
War?
Yeah, Department of War now.
Yeah,
What is it called now?
the Department of War.
Before it was National Defense or whatever it was called.
Yeah, Department of Defense. That's it. Yeah,
Interesting,
exactly.
Interesting.
So it's
So
been
it's
an
not
interesting-
defense now; it's war.
And that's war.
Yeah.
Urgh,
But I think
testosterone.
I feel the world right now is really
No.
in that offense.
No,
You don't
no.
feel?
No, it's not the world.
I feel like many countries
It's
are
certain
starting.
Like-
countries. Yeah, we have a lot of countries in the world, huh?
I know. But
Yeah.
just to feel like the media is just kind of bringing that forward, especially when it comes to a religious point of view.
Mhm.
Like Poland, Denmark, Italy,
What's going on there?
Portugal. There's a lot of
Go on in Poland, Denmark. I never hear about
there's
them.
a lot of issues with immigration.
Oh well, that's a
Um,
that's a common issue across
It's
the world.
become
yes.
very, very chaotic everywhere.
So, what are your thoughts on immigration?
That's a good one. Let's go.
A good one.
I'm against immigration.
Me
I'm
too.
for it.
No, I am not.
I'm against it right now.
I think I'm not saying I'm against it because that would be hypocritical.
That's
of
why.
me,
That's
'cause
my
I am
problem with
the
a lot of
daughter-
people who are talking
I'm a
immigration.
daughter of
No, 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 no.
immigrants.
Wait.
But I think immigration right now, if your economy is shit, if your own citizens are not capable of, paying off their mortgage or affording groceries or anything of that, how can you offer any kind of aid to people coming here and working and making a good life? We're not living a good life and we're citizens here. So for me, it's like, let's work on our country, make it the best, and then be able to open up our doors. That's how I see it. Because I see it's like a crumbling country, economy, everything. How can we aid other people? How can you bring other people in To
You
give
bring-
them
you
what?
bring
What
other
are you
people to
offering?
help as well, though.
But we have
Workforce.
nothing to offer if we ourselves are going down. That
Oh no, I mean, I'm not against that argument. For me, I just laugh at the people who are so staunchly against immigration. Well, immigrants in general.
right.
I'm for obviously like an immigration reform, right? Like making
Mhm.
sure that things are done the right way and you come
Right.
through the right way. I'm absolutely for that. But I meet so many people who are staunchly against immigration, and I'm like, your last name is Papapoulos. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not, or whatever you want to
Yeah.
say,
No,
wherever
but,
you're
but
from.
that's why the nuance here is very important. When I said
Exactly.
I'm
Right.
against immigration right now, I
Huge.
precisely said
Exactly.
I'm an immigrant, meaning that right now it's over flooding, and I feel like it's creating more problems than
100.
fixing any.
Exactly.
And I agree with that.
There's no apartments, no
there's
jobs.
no housing.
Exactly.
Well,
there's
that-
not enough housing.
Guys, hold on one second though. Like that is one thing, because there's no apartments, but there are condos being built everywhere.
Yeah.
Like privately, all this stuff like
Yeah.
that. That at some point we have to still say it's the government that's choosing not to like make things affordable for its people at this point in time, right?
How so?
Well, I'm just saying, like, how do we have so much, greed, I would say, in terms of like these privately
But that's
owned
not
sectors.
government. That's private.
I understand. But I'm saying at the same time, why is it the government not making, like, in terms of affordability for apartments and stuff like that? Like, the prices are skyrocketing, right? Like, right now, even an apartment literally costs as much as, I guess, like if you're like a mortgage sometimes. Like, if you're renting a condo, let's say.
Mhm.
But, like, why are they not putting any
Reform on
any-
pricing. You're talking about.
exactly, any rent control, all these different things. Why aren't these things being done?
So
I don't know if Quebec has rent control, but I think Ontario does not.
Huh.
If I'm
Quebec
not-
does well. No, everybody does to a certain
No,
extent.
but I
okay.
think Ontario, they have this law. There's like no rent control of some sort.
Interesting.
Oh, I
had
thought it was
read
the
an
gap was
article
bigger.
somewhere.
Because right now the big war for the new mayor of New York is having the same.
Yeah, I like that guy, by the way.
Yeah, so him too. Because this is not a problem in Montreal only.
It's
No,
across,
it's
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
So right now the rent control issue is
But New York's always been crazy with.
exactly,
Yeah.
but because the privately owned,
Yep.
because pricing went up too,
Everything, yeah.
their profit still remains the same, 25%. Let's just say. So because of that, everything went up in pricing.
Yeah.
So automatically the pricing just jumped,
Mhm.
and the lower class are being completely
eradicated.
because
Oh
of that.
man, the middle class is being eradicated. Let's be
But they're
honest.
just living
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
That's
middle
it.
class
Like, we're
became the
next,
bottom.
you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
We're
Because
not,
the
not even next.
We're there.
We're there.
We're there.
Yeah, yeah.
We're there.
So Montreal has that issue. Yes, there's condos coming up everywhere.
Everywhere.
But now the solution for all these people is going to be like 6-7 people in one little tiny
Yeah.
apartment
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
until they figure out what's going on. Because don't forget, there was like a mini recession here in Canada after the
Mm-hmm.
COVID thing and everything. The pricing boom, money and
The
everything.
housing market.
Exactly. Now with the
everything.
tariffs too,
Yeah.
because of Trump and
That's
everything.
another thing.
And because there's no stability when it comes to the tariff, because Trump can change from today
One
to
day to the
tomorrow. Yeah.
next.
Exactly. And that's another thing about my issue with him
Yes.
too, right? Where about the tariffs, him mentioning to the American people that, it's just going to be, it's going to be better. We're going to be great. No, it was better for you. It was better for him.
Yeah.
It was better for,
It's
like,
better for America.
his friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For his circle. That's who it was better for. It wasn't better for the American people.
Mhm.
The government shutdown, man, so many people are losing, are in the process, right? That will lose so many benefits that they need. And I'm talking about like people that are actually, that really require it. And that's why I never understood like how a lot of the people who voted for him, right? If we're talking about like in the red states, the ones that actually need these type of aids, right? In those poor, country, not countries, poorer cities and stuff like that, they were, in my eyes, they were
Misled?
bamboozled, misled. You know what I mean? And it's become even harder, and it's continues to becoming harder on them. People in the military as well. You know what I mean? Like with the benefits that they lose. Like I've seen I watch too much news sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and all over, whether it's Fox, MSNBC, whatever, right? But like it's super sad. And I know some people in the military too that were, at least they were super worried. They're like, man, I don't know when I'm, what's gonna happen next. You know what I mean? The federal workers, they have to work without being paid. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
And how are you a federal worker and you're living paycheck to paycheck?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy to me. Anyway, sorry. I
But
just
no,
want to
but
get back to
that actually proves like the effects is happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I don't know if it's the same. Well, Europe too, I know. I don't know if it's the same thing in Asia or in Africa or South America. That I do not know.
No, I'm not.
About
But
the
the-
immigration piece?
No, about
Just the
the
overall
housing, the
tariffs and
cost,
stuff?
yeah,
Yeah.
the price. And right now, Montreal specifically, now we're gonna get a new mayor too, right? The whole housing, the homeless, the roads and everything. These money and budgets and all the money they lost with Click Santé, Click whatever.
Yeah,
that
Oh, they
Bullshit.
lost a lot of money with that?
Oh!
I didn't. No, I did not.
It was
I
the
didn't
biggest fiasco. I think 1.2 billion.
know. 1.2 billion?
Yeah.
That's
Let me guess. They don't know where the money went?
No, the thing doesn't work, and they overcharged.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. They don't know where the money went. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the medical field is crumbling. They're passing
Crumbling?
Now they're at war with the doctors,
Yeah.
Who's at war
Well,
with
now they're
the
doctors?
kind of-
government. That's
Bec-
why Legault is
I
going
don't
to
know
be
if you've
kicked out.
noticed. There's like that medical symbol in the black screen with a little that all the medical health professionals and whatnot are posting, like as for their profile pic.
No.
I
don't know
guess
many, that's why.
in unity to
Yeah.
be like, yo, no, we're not accepting this. We cannot work. They will not be able to work and to help people.
So what's the war with the doctors
So
specifically?
they want them to work more for less first and more
Mhm.
hours.
Having them work more is dangerous for patients as well, though. Like if doctors are working and they're tired.
Because
they
the
can make
issue right now in
mistakes
Montreal is we have a lot of operation rooms, for example,
that
but
are not being
enough
used.
yeah.
Okay.
So doctors start at 7, finish at 2:00.
Oh, that's
So after that, they're like, you have to do more and no less this and their profit, blah, blah, blah. And because La CAQ is doing super badly right now, they want to kick them out before the end of their term too. And this is something that's more and more common now.
Yeah.
Like primes and I'm not even finishing their term. and
Their
they're getting
terms,
kicked
yep.
out. So
look at Nepal, baby.
yeah,
That's a different story. I can't believe that. Sorry, no, I can't believe that revolution was led by not just the fact that they were Gen Z, but like One Piece was a huge
what was the
inspiration.
symbol?
The symbol,
Yeah, it was
exactly.
a symbol of the.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just seeing like the actual pirate, like
Yeah,
logo.
the pirates of the
Yeah,
flag.
like,
yeah.
I got it. Okay, question. I know we're kind of jumping around, but your thoughts on that? Do you think that was a good thing that happened?
Good thing for who? For the people.
Yes. Oh, just overall, maybe. Let's say you could break it down, even if you think like because
No,
it's scary. It's a little scary to me.
It's good for Nepal. It's smaller countries,
Yes.
smaller it was amazing. It was actually beautiful from the outside looking in.
I agree.
Now, something somewhat similar is happening in Morocco.
Mm.
Yeah. The students, yeah.
Yes.
So that's pretty much because don't forget, you remember the Arab Spring?
I remember. Yeah, I
So it
remember.
started
the
with
story,
one country, and then all of a sudden, it went with like wildfire from one country to the other. It's not necessarily.
Just give a quick recap of what it is in case people don't know.
So most countries. So it was Egypt, Tunisia, Libya. Well, Gaddafi just fell. So it was Ben Ali in Tunisia, if I do remember. I forgot the name of Egypt. So the people rioted for the government to fall. They wanted a change of
Oh yeah.
Regime.
regime. And these were presidents that were there for like 30,
Yeah, they
40,
were not
50
It's like
years.
inherited.
Yeah, exactly. They always, and everything fell. But after a government falls, as much as they were corrupt, it was still
There's
control.
still some,
There was still
yeah,
some
Control,
exactly.
Yes.
and then when they fall, it becomes chaotic.
Yeah, there's a period of
Because
chaos.
then you have to clean up the government, and then who do you put in power? It's not
Right.
people that were voted in necessarily. So
Usually
you
it's
do
the military that's in power temporarily,
military
right?
temporarily. Then they do a quick vote, but it's
Yeah.
not something that you build up to. It's not like
No.
they
It's
went
over,
and-
yeah.
exactly. And then usually it's temporary. They're like, oh, we fucked up. It's never good.
No.
So Tunisia, for example, that I know it was a lot worse, a lot longer until it became somewhat okay.
It balances itself out somewhat.
Yeah, but we'll look at Iraq. It's not any better now.
But Nepal, actually, the execution was almost flawless.
It was. I don't now. I want to see like
Yes, because when they literally the next day, right? They had the new.
they had the
prime
vote
min-
on what's it called
Oh,
on the app.
yes.
Cord. What's it called?
Discord.
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 Dis-
Yeah, they did. They voted in the new president
On
via
Discord.
Discord,
Oh,
and like
that's a
lit-
gamers.
And it's a lady that was voted in.
Sorry,
It
yeah,
was a lady.
first
a
lady.
lady.
This and
A lot of
literally the
ladies.
next day they cleaned up the
streets.
The streets.
After the
They
rain.
found people that, and these are all the Gen Zs. They found people that had robbed places. Like they just
Yeah,
found.
they made them return.
They
the
made them
things.
return the stuff from looting. Yes.
Yeah, the looting.
They made them return.
What?
They cleaned up. They cleaned up the streets and everything.
It's impressive.
It was very impressive to see.
Yeah, but that you'll never see in the States.
No way.
No.
Are you
Canada.
crazy?
So because
yeah.
it's a smaller country and it's a very cultural.
They care.
They care.
They care.
They know each other, right?
Exactly.
It's like it has a village type of feeling.
Absolutely.
So it was beautiful to see, and they wanted their freedom, their digital freedom, because all this is because they got banned from the.
Well, okay, so
TikTok?
how it started?
Was it TikTok?
Well, actually,
I don't know if it was TikTok. I know it was social.
It was TikTok.
It's
Oh,
probably
So
TikTok. It's always
basically,
TikTok.
there's been like a whole lot. There was always a lot of corruption, right?
Mhm.
And the youth were kind of coming together and speaking out against it.
Mhm.
The government had the bright idea. Well, let's shut them up, and we'll turn down. They turned down social media, TikTok,
Yeah.
and everything.
I thought it was
like
the
that.
internet completely. I think that.
I think it was the internet completely.
They completely just put them in the dark.
Why
and
did the Gen Zs
that
came,
was
how?
what sparked the
Of course,
fire.
That's what you get.
They broke down. They went to the
48 hours.
They went to the parliament.
Yeah.
They unfortunately, I think the president or prime minister's wife lost her life though.
Oh,
Yeah, 3 people died.
Yeah,
total.
3 people. But considering the mass amount of
the loss of internet.
But this is where it becomes very dangerous because you see this
and
story
that's what I
here.
meant. I don't know how
Yeah.
I feel.
So this story is an amazing story now that everything went down. But remember January 7th
Yeah,
in the United States Parliament when the
Oh,
MAGA
yes.
people went and rushed? From the
Yes,
outside
yes.
looking in, it could sound somewhat similar.
it sounds similar,
But
but
then
we
when
know
you
it's
see the
not.
inside, that was wow.
So, but it was
bueno.
the people that believed in Trump,
Yeah,
that believed that whatever they were doing was the right thing to do.
right. Yeah,
So now the question should be asked, it's okay when the right people do it, but when the wrong people do it because they're inspired for whatever.
well, yeah, I think and it's hard to say, right? Because you could say it all depends on what the motives are or what what the actual rationale is. But everybody's motives are different, right? Doesn't mean I support that.
But I'll give you an example, something that you can relate to. You watch Peacemaker, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So there, the Earth X
Yes.
is if Hitler would have won the World War,
Yeah.
right? So imagine January 7th or 3rd, I don't remember the date, if they would have,
It was 7th. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, January 7th, if they would have took over Parliament and Trump would have remain in power, right? Because it was the whole fraud thing and they're trying
Yeah.
to take me away and whatever. We wouldn't be in the America of today. Do we
No.
agree?
No,
Now,
of
is
course
it a
not.
good thing or a bad thing? History books would have said differently, right? Because it's written by the winner.
Whoever. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, actually,
Usually
right now
is.
the losers are rewriting this. Well, losers, I would say, like
Who's the
the
losers?
Well, meaning in a sense, I'm talking about like how right now they're stripping, like in libraries, they're stripping books, like removing books with regards to what happened, like during like slavery time, Civil War. Like they're
perspectives.
trying to rewrite things.
So it's the losers that are losing.
The
again.
losers are
So
actually
losing.
huh?
It's the losers that are losing.
No. The losers are rewriting it, rewriting
Losers
history right
found
now.
other losers.
Pardon me?
And
But who's the
losers
loser
found
in
the
your story? I'm
losers.
confused.
So, well, I would say in a sense, the red states, right?
Yeah, but they're the one in power, so they are winning.
yes.
The Democrats are
But
definitely
what
losing.
I'm saying is they had
Yeah.
sorry, I meant during the civil the
yes,
the
okay,
Civil War
okay,
era.
okay.
My bad. To
But
be
right now they're
specific,
winning, so they're changing.
rewriting.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
exactly.
they're rewriting history.
Yeah, they're rewriting history
because technically they have the power.
because they have the power.
So they're winning.
The House, the
and with
Senate.
that, they're changing history.
Yep.
Just for it to be a better narrative for their party.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats are the biggest losers right now,
Oh,
regardless of
they're
Trump.
stupid.
Again, it's like the conservatives here in Canada. Same thing. They're the biggest losers right now.
Mm.
Almost maybe. And then they failed. And now they have no identity. Because even as much as we hate Trump or we hate, what's his name now, the new prime of Canada?
Oh, Carney?
Carney.
Yeah.
Who?
He's a clown.
Okay, you don't want him. You want him to
I don't
leave.
have an opinion on him.
Who?
really.
Who's next? Who's next
Well,
in
that's
line?
it. Yeah, you don't
Who?
know.
Yeah, who?
Here in
Not
Quebec.
Polyev, that's for sure.
No, he didn't even get voted in.
I know
Imagine.
his own writing,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah.
So now Quebec, we're gonna get our new election for our prime next year.
Mhm.
La CAQ for sure is leaving. So who's next? We don't even know.
We don't even know.
And it's not gonna be.
Sometimes
oh,
it's
yeah,
better
never
the
mind.
devil you know than the devil you don't know.
That's how Trump got back into
That's
power.
I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that
But that's
statement
usually
because
how it
Trump is not
works.
the same devil he was in his last term. I'll tell you that right now.
No,
Yeah,
He's
because
not.
now he knows it's his last term.
Hey,
Until he proves
maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
but he has to do
you
everything.
saw
in
that
his
talk
power.
from Steve
Yeah.
Bannon and stuff. Yeah, so like it's just crazy how I've never seen, and I'm talking about from a North American standpoint because we know other countries, it's
See it
different.
differently.
But I've never seen a president wield so much power from a perspective of like, and based off of like his pettiness and
Oh, yes.
like how he's able to
Yep.
get so much done, and he literally bullies his way through everything.
He has a hand in every cookie jar.
Every
It's-
cookie
it's
jar.
But you
Right.
could say the same thing about Vladimir Putin. You could say the same
I
thing
said
about
North, huh? That's why I made sure to specify the
Netanyahu.
Americans.
You could say the same thing. Kim
But that
Jong Un is not a
true.
president.
I'm
but
just saying I've never seen it done in a quote unquote democratic world, like side of the world, let's say. So that's why for me, it's quite frankly,
He learned
if
from
I
the
didn't
best.
like the guy so much, I'd be impressed. Actually, I am slightly impressed.
But you have to give him credit.
Bro,
You have to give him credit.
He
I
has
hate him.
some
He-
power that he wields.
I hate strong.
No,
I
but
don't
he
hate
came
him that
in
much.
a system that was very private,
Yes.
got in
Oh,
through the back door and
dismantled.
flipped it.
Yep.
Yep, that's
Upside
him.
down.
He said bend over.
That's him.
Because even the Republicans don't like him. But they're like, yo,
What are we gonna do?
Nobody
he
likes him.
represents us. So
Yeah, they're like, what are we gonna?
we'll take the win.
Some of them are actually kind of like Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Yeah, but you kissed the ring.
and she was crazy, but now she's not kissing it no more though.
Yeah.
And she was nuts. Like she's super MAGA, and now even her, she's like, yo, this whole like ICE immigration. She's like, okay, now you guys are kind of pushing it.
Is this the one from Arizona?
I believe she's from there, yeah,
Yeah,
and she's
she's
a
a- yeah.
psycho, but but I think she's smart though, because I think she kind of sees like
Where
the
it's
wave
going?
exactly.
Yeah, she knows
So
where it's
she's
headed.
like, you know what? Let me position myself.
She doesn't want to be in the wrong side of
She
history.
doesn't want to
Yeah,
be on the
yeah,
wrong side of
yeah.
history.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people are kind of starting to see it too, right? It's just that some are way too, I guess, integrated with him, like the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. He's hilarious, by the way. Like his excuses. Oh no! Like when you saw that? Did you guys see that meme meme or GIF or whatever you want to call it, for the No Kings rally that they had of Trump? Like there was an AI video that he reposted
No.
on his own Truth Social of him flying over
The
the
plane.
citizens
Yeah,
and
shit.
basically shitting on all of his U.S. citizens.
This is the president of the United
And this is
States.
the president.
Yes.
And Mike Johnson says, "Oh, that was satire." That's satire, sir? Is that so? The same satire that they got upset over Jimmy Kimmel for?
Oh,
When
yeah,
you
that
know what I
was a
mean? Like,
big-
or what's his name? Late Show. He used to do the, what I'm talking
Who
about.
was Jimmy Kimmel?
Not just Jimmy Kimmel, the other guy.
Oh, Colbert.
Yeah.
Colbert.
Oh.
So satire didn't work then, but satire when the president of the country, he dumps all over your people.
But there's no free speech anymore.
Of course not.
So now, what is that?
The Pentagon. You see that thing with the
Amendment?
Pentagon? Where they literally right now, they asked for all the major news outlets. Basically, they wanted them to sign that everything that is ever reported has to be approved by the Pentagon first.
Mm.
But the good thing is, like everyone, and this is even including Fox, said no.
They said no.
And that's the one time I'm like, wow, okay, props. You know what I mean? They actually all were,
Because they all become propaganda machines.
yes.
Pretty
That's
This
much.
where
is
it's headed.
exactly, remember I had said like there was so much inclusion, right? There was so much, what's that word? Everything was permitted, right? Everything was like, okay, yeah, of course,
Like,
we're all about
Too
that.
woke, you mean?
Like the too wokeness, yes. And I
Okay.
think that was really something that was going to be weaponized. And then they were going to
It
be,
was.
and then the government and people in power will turn around and strip you of everything because
But it's
you
not
may-
the same government.
I think
Democrats?
Well, I think
But
that's
I
what she's
still
getting at,
think
right?
the
Because it
seed
was
is
allowed
planted.
during the Democrat era. You know, the whole
But that was
canceling people, cancel
but
culture.
the
all
Republicans
that
was a
pushed.
reaction to that, right?
Yes.
So
They
when
birthed
too
that
woke,
monster.
now they went too
Far.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it was a seed that was planted purposely, and they allowed it because hey, this is perfect for us to
I
go
see what you're
in
saying.
and strip you of everything
That
of
makes
your
a lot
rights
of
because
sense.
you're showing us that you people are crazy, you're insane.
No, that makes sense.
That's what it is.
Wait, who's insane though? Both sides are insane to me right
both
now.
inside, yeah,
Yeah,
but
like-
everything is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to pick which team you're insane with.
I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to
It's,
to say because
No, because centrist now doesn't exist.
Who's the centrist, right? Who's the centrist?
Nobody. Well,
Okay, I was gonna say, who
technically,
would you
centrist
consider?
would be. It's
Like,
crazy because
which
it's the-
politician would you consider?
now Bernie Sanders would sound centrist, even though he's a socialist and he's.
But Bernie, the craziest part is, guys, and people call Bernie crazy, but Bernie a lot of his ideas are what Trump is like implemented. Bernie, like you see how okay. So for example,
Was it worded differently?
No. But wait.
it was probably worded a little bit differently.
Okay.
But me, because Bernie, yes, he always talked about. I know Bernie talked about taxing the
rich.
The rich.
He's a socialist.
But he's a socialist. But the thing is, Bernie more talked about what he was really pushing was working alongside. You're working alongside like these, getting what you need from these privately owned companies and investors. What do you think Trump is doing? When he got like the Bezoses, when he got Zuckerberg, when he got all of these,
but it's not to give back to the people. It's to give back to him.
But
that's the big difference.
But hold on. But he still executed. What I'm saying is he still executed that game plan, but to his own gain, not to the game. Bernie wanted it for the people.
Yeah,
Trump just executed it for himself, but he executed the same fucking game plan, but in a different way.
Man.
Yeah, he's the
Always
dude
will be.
did phenomenal when it came to that. And the thing is, nobody saw it or nobody sees it like
he
that.
He still treats like his presidency like it's a business transaction. The way he is, the way he talks,
actually,
everything.
Yes.
It's a business transaction.
Yes, but for him though, it's
Absolutely.
only beneficial.
Absolutely.
But can we go back to what's his name? Zoran?
Yeah,
Zoran.
The future mayor of New York.
Yeah.
He's winning at 93% right now.
Nice.
93.
Zoran.
But him, you see, like
what
everybody.
nationality is he?
He's Iranian. I know he's Muslim.
He's Muslim.
Pakistani or Iranian, one of those.
But he's a New Yorker though.
Yeah, he's pure New Yorker. But the thing is why people enjoy him and are not scared of him.
He's kind of like Trump.
But he can't be president because he's not born in the States.
That's true.
That's why they're like, you're not a big threat. You're just good for New York.
Well, no, but Trump doesn't. Trump said if he becomes mayor, he's going to be like pulling all sorts of funding and stuff like that. He's already threatening it. He's already threatening.
But how crazy is that? He gets voted by the people, and then the president comes like, "Yeah, but I'm going to cut off funds."
Because the president doesn't give a shit. He wants what he wants.
You think there's an ongoing religious war in the world?
I mean, ongoing. Like I used to think
more than before.
Okay, so I think there are levels, right? I think at I won't even say base level, but like at the level of the people, the regular people, they're probably looking at it like that, right?
Okay.
But higher up, we have these conversations sometimes. Like, they don't give a shit about religion. You think Trump? Everybody touts him as the Christian, president or whatever. You really think Trump gives a fuck about Christianity?
He'll use it to his advantage.
That's my point.
Absolutely.
That's my point.
So your question was if there is a religious war.
If you believe that there's an ongoing religious
That's it.
It's the way it's marketed.
Exactly.
This is just a way to create other subgroups. You're Christian, he's Muslim.
Yep.
You're Republican,
but it's
he's
an unfortunate
Democrat.
byproduct. Like, unfortunately, the war.
It's just the marketing. You know those labels when you buy something and it tells you halal, grass-fed, and all these? All these are labels. And this is just an extra bumper sticker that we're adding to it.
Okay.
All these guys that come from this, because Christianity now took a slap the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
They were saying, they're too soft, they're too welcoming, everybody can come in, the LGBTQ, like it's going against your official morals. So there was a rise of purism coming back to religion. And I understand that. And
it's not about morals.
Of course
it's not against our morals. Loving a human being is not against our morals.
But gay,
just because they are gay, no, that is the way that they choose to live. God is against it, but he's not telling us to persecute them.
I never said about persecution. I said you can't be part of the team.
I guess it was
That's what I mean.
interpretation.
I don't think.
And again, I'm not here to debate if it's right or wrong. I'm saying, biblically speaking, Muslim speaking, being gay is not permitted. Period. Now.
But now you have like gay pastors and stuff like that.
So Christianity, they're like, you guys are way too open. Like you're accepting everybody. You're bending the rules. I understand
where she was going though.
Yeah. And that's okay. Like, again, at the end of the day, but because Muslims came at it from a completely opposite. They're like, we're not going to bend no rules. These are our rules. You fit in them or you're out. Period.
So there's no such thing as a gay Muslim.
Exactly. Like there is people that claim to be
Muslim
gay, but the Muslim community, the high end, the people are like, no, you cannot. It's like somebody that identifies.
What happens when Oh, never mind.
You're gonna say a stupid joke?
No, not even
Okay,
stupid.
'cause
No,
we're
not
laughing.
stupid. It's not. I'm just laughing because it's just. I always find this stuff so perplexing.
Right.
Because obviously, like in some countries or Muslim countries, it would say, let's say for example, where the Islamic faith is the dominant, religion, you still have guys who are on the down low, but they consider themselves Muslim. I'm
because
confused.
now don't mix two things. So there's religion and there's cultural associated to religion. First, second
go.
of all,
Let's go. Yeah.
these are the rules to be part of this team.
So
now
that's
I'm
why
not here
saying.
to debate them, right or wrong. Like I said,
No.
Again, these are their rules. These are the things that they require for you to be a Muslim. You cannot change them.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Yeah.
Right.
Meaning like there will never
Now
be
there's-
an actual like a gay
Exactly.
imam
And that
gay
religion.
Muslim. Exactly. Never.
But
ever.
now you're born gay, your attraction, you can control it, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're born in a Muslim country. You were raised all your life Muslim.
Yes.
And you're like, why can't I have it both ways?
There's
Just,
no both
bend a
ways.
little bit.
There's
Do
no bending.
exceptions. And they're like, there's no exceptions. So technically,
But the tree may waver,
but the roots remain.
but the roots remain.
The roots
It don't.
remain.
And that's what I mean. So they're trying to, because now they shot there was, I think it was in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken,
Okay.
the first open gay mosque.
Sorry.
Yeah, he was.
So they tried it.
He got shot because they said it was blasphemy. Like you this misinformation. You cannot claim to be this religion. So like this is like appropriation. You cannot take it. You cannot be part of this.
Can I
thing.
ask what nationality he was?
I think he was South African. To be extremely, I'll have to double check if it's South Africa. I know somewhere in Africa he got shot.
And
Like
I'm
He
really
got
curious to know.
he got killed. But that's
But I really want to know. I want to know.
now who shot him. If
Or
it-
maybe ethnicity. I'm asking.
I think he was
Wild.
Pakistani.
Oh.
Yeah, Pakistanis are Muslims. There's a lot of Pakistanis.
No.
in
I'm
South
not-
Africa.
yeah,
I
no,
just don't
I'm
think
just
a
saying,
person
oh.
should die for that.
Fair. But no, because that's the thing. 100%
right.
agree with you. Now, in these religious books, they claim to tell you what to do if you do sin and
Which
all of them have their quotes. All of them have their quotes. Again. Because technically Bible is guilty because it has the Old Testament in it. So
guilty
regard
of what? Like I'm trying
of
to
how to treat your slave, how to beat up your wife. These are written in the Bible.
Guys.
Don't look
I'm
at me.
gonna
like-
have to. I'm
Guys.
gonna.
Go
You
ahead.
have to tell
Enjoy.
me what verses.
What was he?
No, it's not even him. I was looking for that, but then it brought me to something else. There is an LGBTQ affirming mosque
Mhm.
that provides a welcoming and inclusive space for queer Muslims who may otherwise feel marginalized by mainstream
My
Islamic communities.
goodness,
It's located
wow.
in Berlin. It's the Ibn Rushd Gwith, I think,
Germany.
mosque in Berlin. Yeah,
Oh shit. Okay.
there's and the People's Mosque in Cape Town. So that's probably the one you were talking about. And there is one in Chicago.
Okay.
That is wild.
Modernism.
Modernism. The first one was founded by a woman, and it has a female imam. Are imams, and forgive my ignorance,
Are they
can
only
women
men?
be
No.
imams? Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
so that answers the question.
But even in the Catholic Church, you
And-
can't be a woman.
Sorry?
Even in the Catholic Church,
Yeah.
they can't be a
No, I've never seen.
they
I've
can't
never
be-
seen
They
that.
can't.
I've never.
It's
No, I said I've never
nuns.
seen that.
They
But
can
like
be a pastor, but
that's
not
more
believe
like
they can be-
evangelical,
they cannot be a
Pentecostal
priest.
stuff like that. Yes.
yeah, they can be pastors.
But it's very interesting that. So that means it's not a legitimate
But who
institution.
No, it's not in the book. So again, no, it's not.
Okay.
Technically speaking.
That's what I'm asking.
Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
written in the book. Now, if you want to defy the book, that's on your own. Like that's how Christianity
Well,
has
that's
so
what-
many branches now, right?
Yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Catholicism. Sorry,
Catholicism,
has
yeah.
so many branches because there was like, okay, we'll take this part or this one. You know, the
They
Virgin
have
Mary's
things
not
that they
virgin.
don't agree with.
Yeah.
Which one is it that they don't believe that the Mary is a virgin?
Oh, there's one of those.
Yeah.
Yes. Remember, I was it Protestant or the Jehovah's? I don't know which one. I can't remember.
I don't know much in terms of the.
But there is
different
one that
ones.
believes that
Yeah, I
she's
remember.
not a virgin.
Really,
And there's other, and the Jehovah Witnesses, they do not believe in hell.
they don't believe in
They-
hell. They don't believe in blood transfusion. They
yeah.
don't believe in birthdays.
Yeah, they don't believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's very messy sometimes.
I mean, but my question
I think it
is,
just strays away from the point, right?
everybody strays away from the point because I feel like at some point everyone's like so obsessed with being right, but it's like you stray away from the actual
Truth?
what are the core values and the
Exactly.
truth.
What
Exactly.
is the truth, you know?
Why are there so many offshoots if you're all
Exactly.
trying to go to the same place?
But it just
You know what I
shows
mean?
that- it just shows how we are.
My route is better than yours. You know what I mean? Like my path is better than yours.
That's why
Like,
we all need a little bit of God.
But you have God in you.
Yes.
So for the slaves part,
Which part?
Exodus?
Anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the
Yes.
slave dies. As a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two. So it gives you the code how to beat your slave.
This is the Bible, the Exodus?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Well, that was once upon a time. But then you have the New Testament.
Yeah, okay, fair. But again, my point being is I can go and pinpoint.
Interpretations.
This is not space for interpretation. This is just time situation.
No, I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah,
I know what I meant, though.
You know what I
From a
mean? So
different
I can,
time.
and again, I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm not here to debate religion. I'm here to say that I can pinpoint. There's things in the Quran that tells you how to beat somebody that steals and
Yeah,
stuff like that
yeah.
to a point to a kill, right?
Right.
So, yeah, okay. Like nobody has like this clean moral high
But
level.
that's the problem. I feel like we're wasting so much time on trying to pick at each other's beliefs and removing from, like what we were saying, the core of it is just, the unity, the peace.
But you can't do that.
What do you mean?
If it's the message of God, you can't pick and choose what you want to
That's
take.
not what
But,
I'm saying.
that's
I'm
not-
saying
yeah.
we are picking and choosing.
Each other
You know
and
what
each
I mean?
other's.
We are tearing each other apart, saying my religion is better than
Yeah,
yours
yeah.
because X, Y, Z.
Mhm.
Oh no. Well,
And
mine says this,
within-
but mine doesn't say that. Well, this is not true because mine says this, and we're wasting time. And I think we're doing exactly what. Let me, like, if I speak like a believer, we're doing exactly what the enemy wants. It's
Who
kind
is
of
the enemy?
the enemy.
The
you know.
enemy.
But
enemy,
who
bro.
is the enemy?
The enemy, bro?
The devil in
Yes,
this case?
in this, yes,
Lucifer
Biggest
Morningstar,
nemesis-
bruv.
The biggest nemesis of God. So yes, and you can't even
that God
say,
created.
and you can't even say he's
let
the
it
nemesis
live
of
and-
God because they'd say
Yes.
no, he's not. You
I'm
know
He
what I
was
mean?
his favorite angel.
Once upon a time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Once upon a time.
But it's like there is no affiliation, but yet, anyways, it's a very complicated thing. Anyways, that's
But
what
I
I'm
don't
saying. We're just-
believe it's complicated. I believe that we make things
made it complicated. Exactly.
Because I don't think. So, do you think a society without religion
Hmm.
would be more prosperous or less prosperous?
No, I think we as human beings do need a belonging of some sort.
Yeah, but
But-
belonging doesn't
belief.
have to be a religion.
Religion. It could be.
Well, that's the name we chose to give it. Religion.
No. Meaning like it could be, let's say, a society based science based society, right? Like
No, you can go to paganism. They believed in lightning and storms and everything. Everybody agreed, and that was that.
You mean
And we
Thor.
move on, right?
I don't know. It's a tough question because I don't know.
What does religion give you?
It gives me a lot of peace
On what?
on everything.
It gives you purpose. You mean?
No, not necessarily purpose, but a peace.
it gives me. I would say it gives me direction.
Yeah,
You
there's
know, so
peace
there's a
for me.
purpose.
So direction to where? To being good? To heaven? What are we?
Oh
talking?
yeah, for me it's more like
I
it's
think
more
it's just to live.
being good for me.
Yes, like
A moral compass.
Yeah,
So you need religion for that.
I need a moral compass. Period.
No, you do need. We all have need one, but is it?
Do I need religion for it? I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say no. That's the thing, right? I
but
feel
it's so hard because I can't say that because this is who I am. I can't imagine it not existing because it exists.
But you can change
But I can't because I have the knowledge of its existence,
of religion.
of religion.
Yeah,
and
but
the
how do you
belief
pick
of
and choose which
God.
religion?
I hate
I was
religion.
born into this, and look, I'm Catholic, but I think I like
So if you were born in a racist family, that makes you racist for the rest of your life.
Damn.
no, but this is where I'm saying you have your own interpretation of what peace is, right?
Mm.
But now I'm not talking about peace. I'm talking about religion.
Okay,
You said you were born into it.
I was
Can I-
born into
Yes.
Catholicism.
Can I rephrase
yes.
my sentence?
Yeah,
My sentence?
I just
Yes,
want
I
to
was
see.
born
help
into
my sister.
You were born into it, right?
Catholicism. Do I believe everything that I was taught? No, because a lot of it has the heavy hand of church. But when you read, the Bible, the New Testament, and all of those things, it's different.
How?
It's just different because the church has its own rules, right? That it says it's taken from the Bible and then it's vraiment encadré. You know what I mean? Like these tests, like the sacraments and all of these things, they make them very final. But when you read like the New and the Old Testament, these are things that God is giving you. Like these are the markers. Like this is what needs to be followed. You know what I
So
mean?
biblically speaking, the only thing that God gave
The
the
Ten
Christians
Commandments
is the 10 Commandments. That's
Yes.
the only thing.
Yes.
The rest is interpretation of his
And-
apostles and testimonies of
And half of
Jesus
it-
or whatever.
Yeah,
his
half of
experience.
it was based on the relationship with him, and the other was our relationship with each other. Right? And then I think
And then the
church
prophecies
came
of
in.
the
I think,
future or
the
whatever.
church came in with a heavy hand and then kind of made things
Organized
very
everything.
organized and very, I can't even, what's that word? Just
Hmm.
very stifling. It's, you know what I mean? Like there's no room for anything else because,
Rigid, you would
but
say.
again,
it's rigid. You
yeah,
mean
it's
there's
very
no room
rigid.
for, yeah.
And I think also because of the dominance of the Catholic Church, it came in a time where it was a little bit crazy. You know, people were doing some crazy shit. It was all over the place. So
People
they
always
needed
be
something.
doing crazy
They-
shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's what
for
I'm
sure.
saying.
But I think it just that what came
It was a
into
form
power.
of control.
It is a form
It
of
is
control,
control.
and to keep us kind of,
That's why I want to
in
take back what I
line.
said.
you know what I mean? But that's the Catholic, like that's the man-made church. But the
That's
Church
my
of
pro-
God,
exactly.
the church is just the group of people who have the belief of God. You know, that is
That's
a
the
church.
true
That
definition.
is the true
That's the true
definition of church.
yes.
Is just a group of us that worship and praise God. But they took it and made it into
The
these
actual
very concrete, tangible things.
institution,
Like
yeah.
this is where you need to go for God to acknowledge you.
Yeah.
You have to confess your sins to a priest.
You know what killed me the other
Mm.
day? And what you said, very well said.
Oh, thank
Sure.
you.
These and that's why I wanted to get back to religion. I'm not for it. So that's why I wanted to kind of clarify because I realized the conversation was really more based off of like, is religion something for me, right? Like in that sense, and it's no.
Okay.
I'm no. But do I have like spirituality? Have I found myself being a bit more like connected spiritually, searching, praying, stuff like that as of late? Yes. You know what I
You're
mean?
praying to who?
Praying to God, whatever you want to say, right? At this point, right?
No, it's whatever you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to say.
exactly.
It's personal to you.
No, but
I
when you
want to know who you're praying to.
yeah. Well, I don't have a, defined,
When did this happen that you felt like it's not this particular God or entity?
When did I feel like that?
Yeah.
I
Like
don't-
when did you say like let me remove
I've been
that
go I go
name,
I go
title?
through I go through different. I've always gone through like fluctuations, right?
Okay.
And like you, I grew up Catholic, and at some point I would say then I denounced religion. Never I denounced like faith,
Mhm.
and just because of life,
Right.
question a lot of things. Still do.
Yeah.
I still question things. It's just like more, I think, as how the world has been. Are we talking about like in our lives and everything? Like, okay, I'm looking, I'm searching for something,
Right.
Searching for additional answers. I'm someone that like I'm very much rooted in science and facts, but also I also at the same time have another side of me that, always believes there's something more, there's something extra, there's
Right.
something bigger, but that could be hope, whatever
Mm.
you want to call it, right? So with that being said, I feel like I've been, and I do read the Bible, right, as well, and but a lot from a different perspective of trying to understand. And I've been reading I would say as of late, the more the New
The
Testament,
New Testament. Mhm.
exactly. But like kind of like how Sin did earlier when he was looking at when they were talking about the justification of like being your slave and stuff like that.
Right.
I looked through different things like anxiety, like all these. I try to find like things what
yeah,
existed.
and there's many.
Yeah, there's a
lot of
ironically,
verses about
yes,
anxiety and all of that.
So for me, I was just curious. This is more coming from a curious standpoint, but
Mhm.
from that curiosity, it kind of led to, okay, I need to connect more,
Right.
with something greater than me, right? So I don't have the answer or any answer yet,
Right.
but that's kind of like a bit of the cycle journey that I'm
But I
on right
understand
now. I'm in
what
that
you're
phase.
saying with the not knowing the answer. The God I was taught as a child is not the God I know now.
That's life in general
So
for me.
I have a super simple question for you.
Tell me.
Ooh, there's nothing ever simple with you, but go.
No.
Lie to us.
Who is this God that you know of now?
Mm.
It's the words that I say. So when I grew up, it's like you go to church. You don't go to church, you're a sinner.
You're horrible.
You're a horrible person.
Bad.
You know what I mean?
scenario.
Don't do that. God will punish you.
Everything God will punish me
It
for.
was just very diluted things that were thrown at
Control.
you to promote fear.
Control.
When I got curious, now I grew up. When I lost my mom, I had a lot of anger towards God.
Same here.
I did not have this good view of religion.
Mhm.
I felt like it was constricting. I was like, I don't believe that there's some entity out there that's going to criticize you and judge you this way. This is nuts.
I'm I'm already getting that from people I work with.
Like I'm like, it can't be true because within myself, I don't feel that this is right. That's my perspective. But then I remember there was a lot of people around me that were, very, they were believers. But the way that they spoke about God was so different. It was like just loving and peaceful and kind of like open arms and stuff like that. So they're like, why don't you just maybe read a few things and see how you feel about that? I never actually physically read a Bible, even though I was baptized and all that. I did everything. And when I picked up and I started reading it, I did read parts of the Old Testament. But I was very drawn to the New Testament. So when I started to read this, I was like, this is so different. There is no finality. There is no accusation. There is none of that. That stuff that you felt, like that I felt growing up. So when I started to read this, I was like, this is so different. It's like, it's more about just believing in something so much greater than yourself and believing that, it's in their hands and kind of like walk in their way in the light of God, live as he lived type of thing.
And to be fair though, like that's not just based off of, the Bible, right? Or
No.
the Christian Catholic faith, right?
Right.
If we talk about, the Islamic faith, we talk about also the, at least from what, we've known or what we discussed, like the rules, the way of living, how to, the core, the basic,
similar.
the base similar, right? So for me, I think that's what I feel. Not to say that the world needs religion, right? I don't think the world needs religion per se, but
maybe it needs more discernment. I don't know.
Discernment or that core, that you know what I mean, like some kind of guiding principles. Because right now there aren't any,
But that's it. That's where I felt like it was just a guide. It feels like it's a guide, but it's a strong and a guide that you can lean on.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
what are your thoughts in general in terms of like, let's say maybe not religion. I know we know where you
my
stand.
personal opinion again.
But yeah, what does the world need?
I feel like religion is, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way. Whoever
I
finds
think we've
their
all been
happiness-
careful.
Yeah.
I would say.
No, I feel like religion is outdated.
Interesting.
Right?
Well, okay, yeah. Go for it.
It did its purpose. Try to guide people that didn't know how to read or write.
I think the church. You're talking about the church.
I'm not.
You're not talking about that.
Church is not the only religion on this planet.
No,
There's
but I'm
Buddhism,
saying
Hinduism.
Yes, but
Hinduism is one of the
man-made.
oldest religions on the planet.
So you
And,
think all of that is kind of serve this purpose?
like, because for its reasoning, for the reason of its existence, right? It was to unite and have a common goal, common values, common morals. Now that we're out of that age of ignorance and now
The Dark Ages.
Exactly. I feel like that's why atheism is on a rise so much now, meaning that
I feel like I've been hearing more about people connecting from
no,
like I
because-
remember atheism was on a rise big time, like in the 90s, 2000s, I would say maybe.
So what you're talking about is people that were Christians that became more religious lately or finding their
guess so,
religion
yeah.
because it was a side effect of seeing the Muslims with their faith and being very devoted to it and everything. They're like, why are they so obsessed and so fully focused on their religion? Why can't we be like that, like we used to before?
So like inspiration.
Yeah. Because Christianity was made fun of, to be extremely honest. Like I was saying, they were a little bit more welcoming because it was less popular and people, didn't have time.
I don't want you to lose your thought though. You were
No,
going
don't
good
worry,
with the
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Meaning that religion is a beautiful thing for those who require it and those who need purpose.
what would you say would be required? Okay, so let's say forget now. Let's say religion has outlived its purpose. What would be the next step or the next evolution in terms of making a more, I guess you would say, tolerant world, a world where we can
Unity.
work together? Yeah.
Now-
how do you do that
So-
outside of religion?
But religion is not the only way to
No,
unite
I know,
people.
but
right?
that's what
it
I'm
could be
asking.
under one flag, one nation. It could be as basic as one common goal.
Mhm.
Simply put, the MAGA movement came out of that, right? And you called it as cultish. A cult is the birth of a religion by definition.
And MAGA, let's be honest, most of them are Christian though.
Yeah.
All of them are Christian.
But that's what they have in common. They could have
Yeah.
been Muslim, Buddhist, it would have changed
It's not like
nothing.
Trinidad, where
Yeah.
we're everything, but we're united by our.
But
for some reason,
everything-
our strength in the name of the country. You know what I mean?
So these cult-esque movements are born pretty much every year. There was the Black Lives Movement that wasn't too far long ago, the LGBTQ movement, the veganism and against, and then,
But you find that these are comparable to religion?
of course, for sure.
Interesting.
I
They're not
don't know
based
if I agree,
on
but
historical beings that
What historical beings are you talking about now here?
Well, I'm talking about Jesus and all of these are
Okay.
people that existed.
So, what does that have to do
But
with
these
anything?
movements,
I could say the Black Lives Movement is the birth of after Martin Luther
Hey,
King.
why this guy point at me? And first of
No,
all,
no.
I was thinking Martin Luther King. Jr.
Martin
in my
Luther
head.
King.
I was
He's
thinking
their
about him,
Messiah. He's the
and-
one
yeah, I
who
was
started
thinking
the
about him
movement.
and Malcolm
It's
X,
just
yeah.
putting a face or a name, a history, something in the past to associate the existence of X, Y, Z.
But Black Lives Matter was the Black. There's a huge difference though between the Black Power movement.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then the
yeah.
Black
But
Lives Matter
that's what I mean.
movement, yeah.
Like if Hitler would have won the war, he would have been the one that made this whole movement. He would have been that face
Mm.
centuries after. The Pope for Christians right now and stuff like that. There's always a figure. Now, Christianity with their prophets and Jesus and everything like that, cool. Like, again, if it existed, good. If it didn't, it doesn't change to what religion makes you feel,
okay.
right? All these stories could be fake and be proven tomorrow that Noah's Ark makes no fucking sense and all those things. Yet, the moral of the story, it's like the rabbit and the turtle.
Yeah, parables.
If that story didn't exist, it's not true, it never really happened, it still has the quality of a moral message.
Okay.
And you see what I'm saying? So
do.
that's why, because you're telling me Jesus, okay, cool. Prove me Jesus existed. No, but prove it to me. Do you have his bones? Do you have any proof, real scientific proof of his existence? Except a book saying, I can bring you a comic book saying Superman existed. Does that, no, but no, I'm dumbing it down to a point that maybe in the 200, 600 years, we find a comic book of Superman or a movie and say that was the truth.
But that's a whole different world.
How so?
What do you mean, how so?
It was on
How-
Earth. He was doing miracles.
I still want him to go back to go back to what
Yeah.
you were saying before.
No, but you
before we get
understand the
sidetracked.
fact that a majority of people believe it
Yeah.
was true does not make it true. Now, if believing in true, it's like believing in Santa Claus.
But that is history. History
How is that
goes
history?
down in every aspect of us as human beings. It's how do we believe that those Egypt, who built those pyramids?
But the pyramids are there. So we have proof
No,
of that.
yes.
Then you go from there. What proof do you have that Jesus existed?
But there's tons of proof of testaments and stuff
Name me
like
one
that.
thing.
Oh, well,
You said tons. I'm asking you one thing.
I can't think of them.
Exactly.
I can't think of
And
them.
I can guarantee you most Christians can't either. That's the beauty about all this. Prove me that Jesus existed.
But
Scientific proof. Whatever you want.
there's
But you're
so many
saying
other
Jesus,
kings
but, you're
and
saying- you're
things.
saying-
No, but it could be
Yeah,
pretty much you.
I was gonna say
There's any
like,
kind of human being,
and it's not
that's
just Christian, right?
thousands and thousands of years ago. How are their name popped up a few times? Okay, they existed because other people recognized
you
them.
took Egypt, so we have the pharaohs, we have their
Yes.
bones.
No, but
we
I'm
have-
talking about there's tons of pharaohs and stuff like this
Yeah.
with names and stuff like that. Some of them you didn't even find their bones in tombs, but they existed because they were written about. These were
Yeah, yeah.
testaments of
Yeah.
existing
Yeah.
people. That's
You know
the
how
same
they
thing that
fact
happened
check
with
the
Jesus.
existence of somebody? There has to be multiple different cultures seeing the same thing.
but
You're
when-
talking about what 2,000 years ago? People didn't go to
Egypt
other
was
countries.
way before Jesus.
No,
it was
yeah,
Moses'
But
time, right?
Curious though.
Yeah, but who was talking about all of these things except for the Egyptians on their
The Romans, the Greeks.
because they were incorporated within each other. Yeah,
That's what I mean.
But
Multiple
didn't,
cultures.
It doesn't have to be multiple cultures.
Yes,
it
it
could be
has.
multiple people.
No,
Can I,
that's
Why?
not how it works.
can I ask? But just
Interesting.
for
Historically speaking, that's how you prove somebody existed.
but
There
from
has to
the
be multiple seeings of different civilizations.
Multiple testaments.
But
Of
question.
different civilizations, not the same.
Sorry to interrupt. Just curious about the so when we're talking about like even from the Quran and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? There's the acknowledgement of Jesus, right, as well.
Yes.
Right. So would that not be considered like because since it's that acknowledgement as well?
But they didn't witness him. They witnessed his movement.
the movement, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
path.
So
that's
it's like saying
basically-
Jesus exists because there's Christians today.
Mhm.
That's not how things
But
work.
I'm just saying, like, in the sense of it's somewhat, I guess you can say, not
And I'm not here to debate that Jesus didn't exist.
No,
What I
no,
mean
no,
by
no,
that
I
is,
know.
Oh.
we
It's just
have,
I'm just curious about
Me, I
when
like
you're
these-
saying
I like
it's
these
just
conversations.
multiple civilizations.
it has to be multiple civilizations.
But
So
who-
Egypt existed because there was different civilizations that came to Egypt and witnessed
and
it
acknowledged
and went
it.
back home and wrote about it. So there's multiple.
And multiple people spoke about Jesus.
Who?
Like
Well,
Romans
I'm
never
so
spoke.
confused.
Romans never spoke of him, and they're the ones who killed him. Imagine that. The Jews, the ones that technically pushed the Romans to kill him because they were saying he was blasphemous and the Messiah shouldn't be coming. Blah 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 blah. So historically speaking, all the witnesses, all the writing came from the apostles and that movement of Christianity.
Well, they saw him as a
Jesus
a person
disappeared.
that was mocking.
So Jesus' story, you know Jesus' story, right?
Yeah.
You know of his birth,
Mhm.
and then you know of him his last 3 years.
Yeah,
What happened in between?
I don't know.
I'm asking you. He was God for Christianity.
He's
He
a
was
carpenter.
so
You know.
so God was on earth,
Hey, you know, he was only around for 33 years, right?
yeah, just 30
but he
days.
disappeared in time for 30 years. That's
Yeah.
amazing. You know of his birth, that being
Hey, man, they didn't have TikTok back then. What do you want me to tell you?
They had
no,
prophecies.
but meaning, and again, I'm not here to debate it in any way or form. I don't want to go into
Yeah,
the,
you are here debating.
no. Meaning that we have to ask ourselves certain things,
Of course.
right? We have to go. Genghis Khan's existence is undeniable because there's
Who?
Genghis
Oh,
Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Khan.
okay, okay.
Because
But he
there's-
says it the right way. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
there's multiple writings in different civilization
Yeah.
confirming of his existence.
And Mongolians are ill. I love
What's it called?
Well, yeah,
Attila
a
the
lot of
Hun.
war.
Same
them. Attila
thing.
the Hun, yep.
Alexander the Great. Same thing. We can go further. The Egyptians is
But
the
a lot
easiest-
of those,
But they're all war. They're
I
all
was gonna say,
in
a lot of
war
those- a
because
lot
of
of
course
those
they're going to
are
be
based off
memorable.
of,
You're not going to be in history because I brought peace.
I brought
to you.
peace.
Peace doesn't work
Well,
in our world.
What do you
yeah.
mean? Christianity is the second biggest religion in the world.
No, but I'm just saying.
It
but
was
you're talking
popular
about
for
Only
me.
people.
number two?
Just number 2.
Shit.
No, you're talking
Do better,
about these
guys.
men, but all the names that you're popping up, these are all people that were known for their battles
Yeah.
won and stuff like that. Of course, they're gonna make history.
No, do you realize we can pinpoint Genghis Khan's bloodline, right?
Of course,
Didn't I hear stuff like that,
interest-
though? Didn't they
Everybody.
say about that for Jesus, though?
No, Jesus, there isn't. What is the bloodline?
I'm asking. I
Well,
thought I had seen
no, but
some
what's the
stuff.
first source of DNA to actually confirm
Mhm.
to confirm it, like to compare it to? That's the beauty, like the
They did do investigations about
That's what I
that. The
thought,
Mary
yeah.
Magdalene, and in France, there's
Yeah.
Leclerc and all that stuff.
Yeah, Saint Mary, Saint Sarah, and the whole shebang.
Because there is also gospels that were not included, right, in the New Testament, and that
Yes.
tells a whole different story. Now, I agree.
Whoa, hold on. What's that smug face? Tell me
No,
more.
because even in the Bible, there's two testimonies that contradict each
inconsistencies.
other.
Yeah.
The agnostic gospels, it's not that they contradict.
Yeah, they
No, their narratives are different.
Theology 101.
Again,
Let's go.
to me, it's
How
funny
so?
because my boyfriend and I have these arguments a lot,
Debates.
and I'm not discrediting the Bible. I think it serves a powerful purpose.
Yes.
But when it comes to certain things, and I'm like, these are testaments as well. So Mary Magdalene had one.
Yes.
I
Because
think
she
it
was
was
Jesus'
Thomas.
girlfriend, right? And they didn't want to say it.
Anyways, so they had their own
Sorry,
testament. Like
guys.
they all
Yeah.
all had their own. What's that word again? Testament?
Gospel.
No, they're like what they had lived. Anyways,
Yeah, testimony.
but it did not align with the narrative that they were creating for Jesus,
Okay.
right? It was just kind of going off course. Like they were depicting him
Says
a bit.
who?
But that was always my question. Like, who is the one that is on board here to pick what?
Well, there's multiple, but the big common ones is
King James,
Constantine
so
and King
good.
James that did his own Bible.
Yep.
Well,
The King James Bible
that's
that
what I'm
most
like.
people
I'm like,
use.
why can't we have that all? Are we not? Like these are also people that were.
And then there's the
that
Ethiopian
walked
Bible too.
alongside.
The
I know
Ethiopian Bible that
yeah.
has 22 more Gospels.
Well,
That's the one that
there is a few, but anyways,
Haile
it's the oldest
Selassie.
one.
Haile Selassie.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest Bibles too.
But I remember I was very interested about.
They use that? Do they use that one?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, I was just
But
curious.
it's crazy. Like people don't know about when I learned about the agnostic Bibles, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's it's so interesting. And I looked into it, and it's crazy. Mary Magdalene goes on and talks about, there's a lot of favor that Jesus had with Mary Magdalene. She kind of carried.
That's what I'm saying. That was his girl, bro.
But
yeah, but the way they
But the way that they wanted,
They
to
made
him.
him. They had to make him like holier than thou, right? Like perfect.
Not only
in every
that,
way.
and keep in mind, Jesus' story, the story, is not even an original story.
Yeah,
There's
and we know
many,
that.
Yes, I
Story
know
of the
this.
Son-
But there's
Son,
many
Son
versions
Raw
of this.
among there's
Right.
11 different gods prior
Yeah.
to Jesus that have exactly the same story.
Yes, I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
about this as well.
What are the odds?
Mhm.
I'm asking you.
What are the odds?
odds?
We don't know.
If
That-
you're not an original,
It
it's
can-
really hard to believe that you are and again, I'm not trying to debate anything.
You can't say that. You can't
I'm
do
just
that.
stating the facts here. Knowing what we know today, now that we have the information, you come at me and say, oh yeah, there's been other gods prior to this God that have exactly the same story, born out of a virgin, this and that, yet this one right here is the right one.
Yeah, that's why I say for me, there's no right one. But
And you're talking about Egyptians, Ra, god of sun.
Yes,
Yeah.
the God of Sun.
And
Has a
you're telling me
similar-
how
has a
they
similar
influence
Hamlet.
right there.
No, but you're talking about gods. I was talking about just like you were saying that you need a certain amount of civilizations to acknowledge
Yes.
the
this is true.
existence of
This
a
was a
person.
go back. Yes.
Mhm.
But I said, well, I think it's more than it could be just many testaments of this
No.
Many
the existence
people.
of this person.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's
know what
not
I
how
mean?
things work. Because or else you just can create
But
a rumor.
historics acknowledge the existence of Jesus, that he was a person that really did exist.
They acknowledge, okay, so they
It's a-
acknowledge that
this
he
is
could have
factual.
existed.
They do acknowledge he did
They don't
exist.
have any proof of his existence.
They
that I-
have proven that he did exist.
How so?
Look, I don't know the specifics.
I can
remember-
guarantee you there's none.
Oh, okay.
I can guarantee it. Like this is a subject that I went deep in. There is nothing. There's like they
But
and
there
it-
is nothing. You can't say that there's nothing. There is something.
no, there's
Well,
testimonies.
this name
There is the-
exists.
Yeah.
Why does this name still carry?
so
weight?
Jesus already, his name already is an anomaly.
Yeah,
per
Yahshua.
se.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus, no, yeah, Yahshua is the
Yahshua.
Hebrew.
Yeah, Yahshua, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus as is has never been mentioned in any word or form
Mm.
prior. He is prior to
But
the
yet historics
biblical-
still acknowledge that he did exist.
That's
Just
the
not
Ju-
as we would perceive it as believers, we'll say.
no, because if there was actual proof of his existence, there wouldn't be this debate of is it true or not.
This is such an interesting.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
I'm
That-
looking
that's
at.
what I'm saying.
I'm like, look at us. You
It's
know,
like Noah.
believer. This guy who just in the middle, and then you got the. I wouldn't even
The
say. I used to
agnostic.
think he was agnostic, but sometimes I
No,
think,
I am
am I the
agnostic,
agnostic
but-
one? You know,
I'm
like
definitely agnostic. I'm not saying this is right or wrong. And again, agnostic, you have to understand. I'm not saying Christianity or Muslims.
No,
there's a
go for
truth.
it, baby.
I'm
Talk
like,
to
there
them.
is maybe a God or maybe not. Now,
Yeah.
is he a Christian God, Buddhist
yeah,
God, whatever?
He's not reserved for your
Exactly.
specific religion.
It's not like you
Yeah.
got it right in that sense.
Right.
I
Now,
get you.
if you go through history and time, Adam and Eve cannot be proven that he existed. Noah's Ark. Where is Noah's Ark?
We're still looking for it.
Yeah. Good luck with that
Chilling
one.
with the Titanic.
Good luck with that one. But even
Are they looking for it still?
Yeah.
yeah.
They have
There's tons
rumors
of
that
people.
that it was somewhere, I think, in the southern Asia, I think, around those numbers.
No, I thought it was Africa. It was like
Maybe Africa.
it's like a
too.
place that's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's like this big.
It's like you can't have access to it easily and governed by people
Anyway,
that
we'll
will
never
kill
we,
you.
really-
we got drones.
No, it's not even that.
No, you can't even
because
go there. I don't know.
Even with drones?
It's always mysterious. It's never easy. It's never easy.
It's never easy.
It's not like, oh, here's Jesus' body.
But we got drones.
Here we go.
Send
Simply
the
brought-
drones.
Right?
Sorry, yeah.
Mm,
Except the book.
yeah, but somebody can be like, well, there's no bones because he came back.
Oh.
But isn't that the
I
best,
see.
easiest way out?
Yeah.
There are 500
So what?
people that testified him.
Coming back?
Back.
No, it depends on which chapter you read.
Ooh.
One says it's
500.
only 4. And those are the
500.
two contradictions between Paul
It's
and I think
facts.
Matthew.
It's proven that they said there was 500
That's one.
testimonies.
That's one testimony. The other testimony there were 4. It was
Oh,
Mary
I-
Magdalene, Mary. I think it was Paul. I can guarantee
no,
you that
it
part.
wasn't just those women. There was 500 people as well.
You're talking about his reincarnation.
Him, yes,
With the angel
his
coming out when it was reincarnation.
resurrection.
Yes,
he didn't
resurrection.
reincarnate.
Resurrection, whatever for me.
Oh,
He
me,
came back.
I'm enjoying this.
But there's 2 contradictions. And I'll prove it to you after.
I know you will.
Walking
I'm expecting.
No, because I'm a big
contradiction.
fan of religion. I'm a
Are
big,
you?
big, big. Yeah, I
Are
love
you?
religion.
The
I
thing-
find it
It
fascinating.
is fascinating. It
How-
absolutely is.
I'm fascinated by both of you
do.
right now. So
There was
going.
something you said where Christians are taking a bigger movement because of what was it? The comparison.
In replica to what Muslims were doing.
yes.
I think it's because they feel persecuted,
Uh-oh.
so they feel like they have to come.
Yeah. How are they persecuted?
I knew
Christians?
this was gonna happen.
Oh boy.
That's why I said uh-oh.
Oh, let's go. How are they prosecuted? By whom?
What do you mean by
By whom?
By what do you mean?
Go for it,
Who's
girl. Tell him.
killing
Don't
who?
answer.
Who's cool-
Don't
who's-
answer him like that. You know him already.
No,
Give
no,
him.
give-
Tell him
give-
what you
give me
mean.
Facts. Who?
You have it. You know already.
Is
Don't
Donald
worry.
Trump being prosecuted?
I won't allow. I
Charlie
won't-
Kirk. Is that what we're talking about?
No, not at
Oh
all.
shit! I thought we
Oh.
weren't gonna go there ever.
No, but what was it? So who are these? Except the Nigerian
It's not
Christians.
just the
Okay, hold on.
Nigerians.
Who else?
Sin, allow her a moment, please. I know you do have examples. Don't let him bully you out of your
Nigerian,
position.
It
Yeah, I already
means
gave you that
nothing
one.
to you.
No, no.
Siberia, that they're being told if you do not convert, that
Okay.
you will not eat and you will die. If
Does
you
that
do-
remind you of something?
But that is persecution, no?
No.
No, I know what
I'm
he's
just
saying.
asking.
I no, yes,
Again,
it is
again,
a form. But now to say the majority of Christians are being
The
prosecuted.
followers
She
of
didn't say
God.
majority. She,
She
said
said
Christians
Christians are being prosecuted.
Yes.
So if I use that debate, I can say
He's
Buddhist,
he's gonna say that
Hinduist
Christianity did the same. That
did
yes,
worse.
we
Not
did
same.
do yes,
Yes,
but that
yes,
that
yes,
is
a
not
lot.
the
But I'm not going to even
base-
go in the
but
past. I'm going to go in the
again,
present.
If you are a believer, the base of how God works, that was not the right way. This is man-made. They came in and they wanted to conquer again because of their self-righteousness, because that is what we are a
So
victim
can I use
of
that
as
argument
humanity.
against
No,
you?
no,
then?
let her finish. Let her finish. Let
No,
her
but
finish
wait.
the thought.
I agree with you. That's man-made. So when the Muslims do it to the Christian, is it not man-made?
Yes, of course it is.
Okay. So
but
it's not-
But I'm just saying what you had said I felt was incorrect, because I find a lot of Christians right now
A lot.
who
That
are
means a majority.
who are finding.
Let's just
their,
don't
their
say a lot.
faith
Just say
again.
there is persecution. Don't get hung up on the
I acknowledge the
semantics because he
persecution;
will.
it's existing.
It
Okay,
does exist.
100%.
It exists.
100%.
I agree.
But what you're all I'm saying is that you said that we looked at the Muslims and say, "Oh, we want to be like you," and that's not the truth fully. Some it's because they feel like they're under attack and they need to
you
prove
really
something.
misunderstood me completely then.
Okay, so
I'm
there
talking
you go.
the
We're
United States
clarifying.
right now.
Okay,
and in
so
Europe.
there you go.
This whole movement
Clarifying.
of being associated to Christianity.
Right.
I'm not talking about, not at all. Now you're mixing too many things.
Yes,
I'm talking
okay,
about
then-
these
then-
purists, these Charlie Kirks of this world coming with the Christian values
Right.
is a side effect of the Muslims coming with their Muslim pride.
He said it.
And they're
Okay.
like, why are they so proud and they
guy
were
said
willing to die for that religion? And us, we're bending for any inclusivity of anybody and we accept everything when it's not even actually written in our holy book.
And put period on.
Again, Jesus, if I'm going back to Jesus, I'm going to go to the New
You're
Testament.
going far. Yeah, okay.
Okay. Jesus himself sat with Pharisees and sinners,
Absolutely.
and he did not judge them.
I'm sitting with one
It
right
is-
now.
It is not our place
Okay.
to judge these people and to say that you are a
So
sinner
tense.
and God will. That is
I'm
not.
just trying
Fair.
to make a
Right?
make things a
So
little
wait,
light.
before we go. So in your belief, is Jesus God?
He is a representation.
Is he God?
He is God on earth.
Yeah. So
It's
he
like a
is God.
picture.
So he's God. I just want the
He's the
Trinity.
picture of God.
Don't you dare talk to her like that.
Is he God?
He is God on earth.
She answered your question, sir.
Okay.
Leave it
so-
alone.
so- no. So it's the Holy Trinity.
God
thing.
does not have
God
a
the
face.
Father, God the Son, God the
gave-
Holy Spirit.
So Jesus
Jesus-
is God's face on earth.
Yes, he's
Okay,
the
so you said
representation of God
Jesus
to us. up
did
in
not
heaven.
persecute anybody, right?
Wait a
No.
minute.
So when God told Moses to kill all the firstborn of the pharaohs,
Mhm.
was
He
that?
was a punishing God. He was a
But is
jealous
it the same God we're talking
The
about?
reason why Jesus was
Don't do
here
it.
was to
None
show.
of you do it.
I asked you, is that the same God we're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so he is not all merciful.
No.
He was not all merciful.
No, but past, present, because you can't pinpoint which part in history he was very merciful, and then the rest forget about.
was all
If
of
my
those things.
father was merciful Monday, but beat the shit out of me Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
I mean, that happens.
I cannot claim that he's merciful. I can claim he was merciful that day, but I cannot claim he was
Yeah, an off
merciful,
day.
But
period.
this is why the New Testament exists. This is
Sin,
why.
what I
Jesus
realize, you don't
exists.
have a lot of flexibility in you.
No, but because people are using words.
No, I'm not
and
using
putting
words.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish. You're putting
I
people.
missed this.
You're putting people under an umbrella, and it's okay, right?
What umbrella?
Of being merciful.
Tell him, girl.
No,
But
that's
this
not
God
what
is
I'm
not-
saying.
Back down on this
That's not what I'm
motherfucker.
saying.
What are you
So
saying?
our-
say
I'm a-
what you
I'm
want.
a-
to say.
The
pray
Old
for all
Testament,
y'all.
the Old Testament, yes, he was a jealous God. He
Mm.
was a cruel God,
Vengeful.
vengeful, all of those things.
Mhm.
The reason why it kind of flips and he becomes all merciful, all
Wait a minute.
forgiving, all loving was because of Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But isn't Jesus him?
Hey, bro,
Representation
relax.
of him on earth,
Yeah.
right? He's like a direct link. You get what I'm saying?
Because hold on, this asshole.
Why am I that? I'm
You
just
know,
trying
you
to
know,
understand.
you know why you're an asshole. But
No,
like,
I'm
so,
not.
because so she mentioned Jesus is a representation of God on earth.
So
So like Jesus was praying to himself or talking to himself most of the time. Is that what when he prayed Father?
I don't
for help?
understand the
I'm
Trinity.
just
For me,
asking.
the Trinity makes.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought
like,
that's a. I thought.
No.
Okay.
No, me, the thing is, when Jesus was on earth, the 33 years,
Yes, sir.
he was merciful. I'll give it to you. No problem. Give the other cheek.
He was forgiving.
Like,
He
he
was
was
the
forgiving.
one who
Yes,
was
yes.
right?
He
But
was he
he's
was there to
been-
bring peace.
But God's existence has been here since the beginning of time,
harbinger,
right?
Yes.
And if we take his holy books, except for the 33 years out of the thousands and thousands of years, from Adam and Eve all the way to 2025.
The Adam and Steve. Now let's go.
That's the LGBTQ.
Yeah, we're in the new age.
My point being is he wasn't that lovey-dovey.
no.
No.
That's all I got to
But,
say.
but all I'm
33
saying,
years out of 1,000 years
But
does not
but
make
that's why Jesus is so important, because that's when everything turns.
shifted.
Yes, that's when everything shifted. When he's like, "Listen, yo, pops, it's hard down here." Like
So
they
it's
do,
the father
they
now?
do not know what they're doing. They
What do you
don't
mean?
know what
Sorry,
they're
which
She
doing.
said pops, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Remember,
Okay.
like as she mentioned,
Father
like
and
Jesus,
son?
the Trinity.
But
I know,
basically,
like, yeah.
it's like Jesus is basically what we should aspire to be, okay, as believers. And if we're talking about the Christians and all of that,
Mm.
we have to
Fair.
aspire
He's
to
an
live
amazing prophet. I'll
through,
give you
to
that
live.
much.
But see, we do not see
Too
him as a
easy to do.
prophet, right? But anyways,
He is the son. So by definition,
he was prophesying the word of his father, of God, which
does
is
that
all of our.
not make him a prophet? If he was prophesying
Yes,
the
but
words
we
of
do
his
not
father.
acknowledge because he is the representation of God to us, right? He's like God on earth.
Okay, no. But I see what you're saying.
I
I
know,
just
yeah.
still don't understand
the dots.
how he
connecting
can
the
be
dots.
not God, but God at the same time. And he's the son, but yet the father.
He
He-
saved us.
No,
is-
no, that saving part, yes.
That's basically
yeah.
what it is. He came, he flipped it.
He saved us is a big word. I know he died for our sins there.
He died for our sins, but he literally
Look at us
flipped it
now.
all. He flipped us all.
Amazing job.
I was like, I don't.
Amazing job.
I'm gonna shut up.
Hey,
I'm gonna shut up.
it's a work in progress, guys.
Yeah, I
We
guess.
We're all worked in
So
We're all
whose
progress.
fault is it?
sinners.
Is it the sons or the fathers?
Where we going with this now?
Us.
I'm
We
really
are the
enjoying this
sinners.
conversation.
We are the
'cause-
sinners?
We are the sinners.
I don't believe so.
I
I don't
do.
believe so.
We are.
Wait, hold
All
on,
of
hold
us.
on, hold on. Give me your rationale as to why you don't believe so. I'm curious.
Believe so what?
That because she said we are the sinners. You
We
said
are
I
all
don't believe
sinners.
so.
We are the children of our creator, right?
Mm.
Yes.
So I see it as simply put. If my
But we are
son,
not God.
Hold
Relax.
on. Let him
What
What do you
finish.
mean,
I gotta hear it.
relax?
I never said we are God. I have kids.
Well-
my kids are kids.
Mhm.
They mess up.
If
Who's
God lives
responsible for
within
that?
us,
You.
I am.
Yes.
So if we mess up, who's responsible for that? God.
Oh no, you can't do
Nah,
that.
right now,
Oh, wait.
right
Why?
now, right now is
Why
the,
is that?
right now it's the streets.
You know what I mean?
Because it
He's
doesn't
the one-
work like
No,
that.
Of course, he's the one who gave us what we have. He knows everything.
He also gave you the power of choice.
No, he
Oh.
didn't. And I'll prove it to you that he never gave us choice.
Oh,
Yes, he did.
Oh.
I'll prove it to you.
Okay,
Does God know
tell-
your future?
He knows the bigger picture that we do not understand.
Does fair.
But we are still
Fair.
we're
Does
still
he
privy
know
to
your
choice.
future? Does he know
Yes.
where you're
I
going to
can't
end up?
answer that
Yes.
question.
Why can't you answer that?
Yes.
Can't
Thank
answer
you.
that
I like that
question.
answer.
No, I can't
That's
answer
what's
that
written in the
question.
Bible. God is almighty and he
Yes.
knows everything.
The answer
Past,
is
present,
yes.
and future.
Okay.
So if he knows the future,
Omnipresent, sure.
yeah.
Don't worry
So
about
if
it.
he
Just
knows
go.
the future, how are you in control of yourself? If everything's written.
Well, no. Oh yeah, you know what?
No.
I was gonna say knowing versus
Doing is pretty much the same thing.
Eh.
If you do it.
debatable.
No, but because there's no room for change.
There's
You're-
always room for change.
But these are all
The-
examples
so
in the
the
Bible
end
as
point,
well. You know
what?
what I mean? Like, let's say the story of Job. Okay, like he was God's favorite human.
He had a lot of favorites, yes.
No, but that was one.
Hey,
Okay,
man.
that is one of them.
you behave.
And
There's a lot of people. on
God
Earth.
praised him so much. Like he's like, look at him. He loves me. he's the best. And then the
Went
devil's
through
like,
some
yeah.
shit, though.
The devil's like, yeah, because you give him everything. But trust me, if you kind of throw, a few wrenches, he's not going to like you no more. And God was like, okay, fine. Throw him some wrenches, but don't kill him. Don't do whatever. He gave him rules. He does all those things, but Job still returns to God. And then the devil's like, yeah, but if you kill his family and give him, or like start affecting him, then he won't love you anymore. Same thing again. He's like, okay, you can like hurt him, but do not kill him. He does. And God, and again, Job does the same thing. He goes to God. And he finally kind of realizes that he is not God, because at one point he was like, why are you forsaking me? And he's like, who are you? Did you create this and all that, the universe and this and that? No, you didn't. I did. I see what you do not see. So it's like, there's a lot of things that God has his own plan, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't align with yours. You still have the choice, but at the end, his plan does surpass your own.
Point A, point B, but in between there's a few,
So what's the purpose of life?
What's the purpose of
This
life? To serve God.
Oh.
To serve as an image of God.
Oh.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
Kindness, forgiveness, love. These are all things that we know and we always talk about and we always aspire.
What's the purpose of life to you?
Pursuit of happiness. That's my theory.
What I mean, though?
But what is the pursuit of happiness?
It's an evolving answer, actually. That's the beauty about it.
It's because you're looking for fulfillment.
No.
No. Is that
kind of.
not what
Happiness would
happiness
be fulfillment, no?
is to find fulfillment.
I would say.
Now,
Okay, fair.
a lot of us are
Yeah.
looking for fulfillment outside of ourselves, but in reality, it is within us. And that is where many
is
of
very
us
cute.
lose our way.
He
That
said
is
it's
very
cute,
cute.
this guy.
It's very
You
cute.
condescending
That is so
son of a gun.
condescending.
No, but it's
Um,
cute, meaning that it's
but
a
it's
very
not cute.
hallmarked
It's
type
not
of card.
Hallmark.
It's
But
within you.
You're the
It's
one
sweet,
who said
but it's true.
things-
in a
That's what I
sense.
meant.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's
That's what I
sweet.
meant by
should-
cute.
things are always complicated when things should be very simple. It's the
Yes.
simplicity, is it not?
There is no such thing as simple.
Wait, what?
But
But
what
you
is
break
not
down things simple.
Yes, for specific portions.
Okay.
Life as it's full is not simple. Like, yes, you can simplify.
You could want,
We're
yeah,
born,
you could
we
want
die.
simple
things.
Simple.
Yeah.
But through your progress, you're going to have ups and downs.
100%.
and that is where
I'm with that.
Yes.
I agree with that.
we bring in God
Why?
as believers to
But-
lean on, to find that anchor.
Okay, fair.
Right? As human beings, we still need an anchor. Like if I go to biology, we are social creatures. We need to belong. If we do not belong, that means it threatens our survival and we die.
But the problem is,
But here we're looking at it in a different
But the problem
way.
with that statement, though, at that point, then it becomes you have cults, right, that exists where they make it's a belonging, right, but they have people do some of the worst, most vile
Right.
things.
But to your point here, where all this falls down,
Mhm.
before even religion existed, our evolution, right?
Right.
We went through all that and survived and got better without
Right.
religion.
Right.
But there was still,
But we still
and
have
that's-
the
that's,
unity.
You know,
But it's a unity. It has nothing to do with God. It was survival.
100% that is survival.
You even see it in the infinite small microbes and everything like that. They do that for survival. They
yeah,
have
they
to,
group
you know,
together.
They group together. It has nothing to do with God or religion or anything like that.
But then
It's
we
for
got
the
clever.
survival. The biggest instinct that everything alive has in common
Mhm.
on this planet so far is survival.
Mhm.
From viruses to creatures that are alive. And to raise your level of survival, unity is usually
Right.
the solution.
Right.
Usually.
And what Cidalia is saying is, obviously, like Jesus, God, religion.
But with
is
time,
that
that
unity.
unity
Mhm.
within itself
Mhm.
started to implode, right? We started to dismantle, killing each other, doing all kinds of atrocities,
Right.
right?
Wait.
It's no
wait.
longer
What-
about the unity.
No.
So,
No.
so we're talking about civilization,
So
right?
if we go through the
How many
evolution,
ups and downs we've gone through.
okay, but mostly we're because of religion. Think about it. And I'm not talking
no,
about
no.
popular religions today. Yeah, could have been any type of religion or any type. The problems we had was when we started pointing out differences, and usually it was religion, beliefs, and that was it. If you were not with us, you were a witch, and this and that. I'm not talking about Christianity or anything like that. I'm talking about if you see the evolution of
But I
men.
wasn't talking about religion when I was talking about that. When I was just saying that we started to dismantle. It wasn't, I think
But
early
we weren't
on.
dismantling.
But I think we were because if
What
you really
period
think
of
about the
time?
cavemen, there were
Yeah.
different tribes, correct?
Yes.
Right? we were a threat to one another.
No,
we
we
feared
weren't.
the unknown. How do you know this?
Because we know. There's
knows?
writing on walls. The reason why humans weren't killing humans until they were always hunting the same when food
Became scarce.
scarce.
Well,
That's
there
it.
you go. There's
So it was for survival. It would have been a human, a tiger, or whatever. For
Right.
them, it was survival of my team.
right.
Regardless of what it is. For them, it was just another
But there
animal.
was still killings and really
because they
awful
did not
things.
communicate.
Oh, no, but within themselves as well. There was betrayal. There was power.
Do you have that in the animal kingdom?
What? Betrayal?
Betrayal, killing, like,
do.
like in wolves, they kill, like, the elderly always in
Yeah,
the
you
back.
do.
And once they start slowing down the
a lot
pack,
of
they
it's
have to
based
get
off
eliminate
survival,
them.
right?
So it's for survival.
For
Yep.
survival, yes.
So they don't need religion for that. Animals do it by instinct.
Yes, because they are frail. They are ill.
No, it's a survival. Like, let's say, for example, a lion that kills the cubs of another male lion, it's for survival. It's not because that animal is frail at that point, a cub. It's because it'll challenge his lineage, right? It's going to challenge his...
It's for survival.
Yeah, it's survival.
It's the
Like, that-
instinct of
that
survival
Yes.
of the group. So they do, wolves specifically do choices for the survival of the majority of the
Okay.
herd.
Yeah.
And they don't have religion. They don't have anything like that. And it's not out of vice.
Yeah.
It's out of survival. Humanity.
Chimpanzees do the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Gorillas-
the only difference between humanity and
Yes.
animals is they
What?
stay the same. They ain't
No, they
gonna,
don't.
What are you talking about? They're not like he just said. It's always the same thing, right? They're gonna kill the this or challenge that.
Mhm.
It's still the same. I don't see mass killings in the animal kingdom. You know what I mean? I don't
No,
see
you-
genocide. I don't see
Genocide. Wait.
premeditated murder in animals.
Oh, they are.
Do you know what I
Like-
mean?
like-
But there is.
Chimpanzees do
Yeah,
that shit.
chimpanzees are the worst.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Dolphins.
Even in the
actually.
ocean world, they do it.
Dolphins are
Yeah.
quite. They like
But-
to.
Exactly.
But I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's not something completely out of hand.
No, because
Like us, it's huge scales.
Yeah, but
Well, it's not-
And
it's
we
not out of hand
have
'cause we're not paying attention
awareness
to
and
it.
we have consciousness.
yeah, that's the only difference. It's
Yeah.
the conscious part. But
right.
But it's the most instinctful, most natural thing. Survival of however you define your tribe.
Okay.
However you define it. It could be the same race of monkeys. It could be the same elephant. Like every creature on this planet mostly has it.
Yes.
And they have no God, no consciousness. It's by instinct of survival. And their
Right.
purpose is to have other kids for the survival of the herd. That's literally it.
But a lot of things did get out of hand, and it had nothing to do with survival.
But-
it was selfishness.
yeah,
selfish
no,
gain.
I get
100%.
humanity here.
That's what I'm
But
saying. It
humanity
gets out of
became
hand.
more and more greedy, more and more. They got
Yes.
comfortable.
More comfortable with what?
Meaning society-wise, they had walls now. They weren't afraid. When they had there was a philosopher that said, and I'll give you the perfect example where all humans on this planet would unite if they would have a common thread. If tomorrow aliens
100%.
come, one sec. If tomorrow aliens come and they decide to come and conquer Earth,
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee you the Muslims, the gays, the Jews,
100.
all of them would unite.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, it's not
I
a question
agree.
of God. It's a question of common goal.
Would
Yes,
it
we lack
everybody
that.
really
We like that today because we are too comfortable.
I agree with you 100%.
That's
on
it.
This.
So it has nothing to do with religion.
But I wasn't talking about. I just said that it did stem that sometimes we needed something to bring us back.
No, but that was, I believe. That's when I said I feel like religion is, like, I understand. There's the philosopher that said if God didn't exist, we would have had to create him regardless because it was a way to unite people with a common purpose. Now, the ones on power abused it eventually, like
Well,
everything in the world.
100%, yeah.
Like everything. And
Yep.
this could be money,
It will always
oil,
be.
gold, AI soon, and stuff like
It
this.
will always be.
Humans are fucking greedy, right?
we
When you
are.
have power, you
We're
want
sinners.
more power. Yeah, but we're all sinners. That's the thing. We're all fucking sinners at the end
Yes,
of the day.
we are.
My point is, religion came at a time to unite people. We're like all together now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's, you realize that Christianity was the evolution of Roman gods, technically speaking, right? They were like, fuck that, we're going to become Christian. This is the new belief. There was the Jews before that, right? The condemned people. And they were like, we're the chosen ones. Nobody can add to us. We are the condemned people they were cursed to roam earth until God gave them back their land.
Yes.
That's literally their story. And they're
Yes,
like,
it is.
nobody can come and join us. We are the Israelites, and that's it. Christianity was like, no, man, everybody's welcome. Welcome. And then through
I mean,
time,
it's also,
No, what?
Oh, well, there's a reason why you bring in as much people to the fold as you can, right? Like from
To spread the you were talking about.
the word.
Yeah.
No, I was just talking about more from it goes back to survival. You know what I mean?
Survival of what? Of the story, of the religion, of the belief.
Story,
Yeah.
the religion, the belief,
Indians,
all that.
Hinduism.
Mhm.
They stayed. They didn't spread out. They stayed among themselves. They had
Yeah.
multiple kids, and they believe in their beliefs, and that was that. It was the survival
Yeah.
of the religion
Right.
to remain
carry
among.
the-
Exactly. Buddhism, the same thing. Christianity and Muslims, what they had in common were like, no, let's spread it to the ignorant, right?
Welcome
And-
more people.
Well, I
into
think
our
it's
fold.
also what people they were.
Wouldn't just be
Right?
ignorant,
What do
You
you mean?
know
lost.
what I mean? Like we're
you know.
talking about majority of Christianity, Catholicism is Europe, right? And of course, we have that
that
label
true?
of the conquerors.
But that's new.
So
I
it
was gonna say,
carries.
is that true?
But that's new.
Exactly.
It started in Palestine of today. They weren't. They weren't.
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah. Like
And
from
it
there,
evolved, and they took
yes.
over. They're like, "This is ours now." That's why
Right,
Jesus
right.
became white.
I think it's who became, these followers, these believers, and then they kind of
Yeah,
carried
all-
their
all-
own.
all these
imprint
kings were
on the
like,
world.
"Yo, having a religious following, your people follow you
They follow you.
blindly."
Yeah, they
So
listen.
let me take it and say there was the king of France that said he was the son of God too, right? The Roi Soleil, and he was like, "God goes through me," and he had his bishop, and it was this whole movement of
Right.
I was chosen by God to rule over you, and you should give me taxes, right? And then Europe took over completely Christianity and made it literally a mafia. So then there was the UK Anglo accent. What's their
Who?
Anglican? You talking
yeah,
about?
the Anglicans,
Anglicans,
and
yeah.
then the like the Freemasons, yeah, the
Protestants.
Protestant, everything like
Yeah.
that. So they all had their version of
Anglicans,
Christianity.
yeah.
They all had their version of
Yeah.
of the book and their traditions,
They have a way of promoting it. We'll
and the
say.
all
Bastardizing it.
yeah,
Mm.
and all what did they have all in common? Jesus was white. They all agreed on that one.
Jesus is not white.
But yeah, but we
But
can
that's
we
how it
agree
was.
We know that.
That
all
was the marketing.
paintings,
That was the marketing.
all the
Yeah,
proof
yeah,
of
it's-
Jesus
Oh,
is
some
a
people
white.
still
baton.
think he is. till
Yeah,
this day.
but that's what I'm
It's to
saying.
carry the baton, right? I
And
don't
just
know.
to prove you how the conditioning affects people after centuries and centuries, which countries are the most religious when it comes to Christianity right now in the world?
Africa.
No.
Well, no, sorry, in the continent. I would say in Africa they're
No, no.
very.
The most Christian.
Yeah, the most faithful and
I think it's Latin America.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did they get Christianity?
The conquerors.
Oh,
The Europe.
rough.
Europe.
Now the
Oh, same thing that happened in Africa.
Exactly. But Africa, because they got the Muslims, they had the Christians,
Yes.
and they had their traditions,
Mhm.
right? The cultural.
Yes.
As the Mayans and the Incas literally
Yes.
lost almost all their
Everything.
culture.
Yes.
Yep.
And they're the biggest believer of Christianity. Yet it wasn't by faith. It wasn't by a
It was
sign.
by dominance.
It was by dominance. You follow or you die.
Yeah.
And now, centuries late, well, thousands of years later, you tell them Jesus and yes, my savior and everything like that. Yet they forget maybe 30 generations prior, their generations believed in rocks or whatever they believed in, the Incas and whatever,
Mhm.
spider kings and stuff like that. No, but it was like not spiders, a snake king.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I was like,
Snake king.
Spider
Those were
Kings.
the Aztecs
That's
too.
African.
Yeah.
Anansi.
Mm.
And now they're
everything.
the biggest religious. Now, did they find religion out of faith? No, they didn't.
No, that was not. That was
Right?
Maybe
not.
some
But
did, but
they're the
some
biggest
do.
believers, and you sit with them, and they're like, "Jesus is the truth. I believe it in my heart." These are conditioning after years and years and years and years, and now we see the effects. I'm not saying this is right, this is wrong. Each
You
their
kind of
own.
are.
No,
You kind of are taking a stance, but that's okay though.
no. My
because it's how
stand
you.
is
This is your.
my
your-
stand is not everything is
As it seems.
as it seems.
And look,
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant. The purpose of life is to be happy. And the nuance of that is being happy and sharing the happiness, not making people miserable for your happiness type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
okay.
So it's
100%.
for greater of humanity, not for my tribe, not for my clique, not for my village or
It's
city.
still okay to think about your tribe and click. It would be like,
For
but like,
survival.
yes, exactly.
That's
It's
but
gonna
now
be
we're
Right.
a little bit more and the proof today in today's society where it's getting even more messed up is there's so many subgroups now.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Political views, sports views, religious views, nutrition views, all
Yeah.
these. You can be a Christian, vegan, this.
Yeah. Segregation at its finest.
Exactly.
But I think that it's almost like it's a plan, to divide us even more because
I think
that's
so.
how
Yeah, for
they
sure.
gain power, right? It's to divide us because
Agreed.
a broken society is one that is easily conquered.
Yeah.
And this
And
might sound like a
controlled.
contradiction, but I want religion to come back, especially like here, Quebec
I
and Canada.
agree.
I feel like that's when the country thrived the best.
Yes.
You had specific rules and cultural beliefs.
I agree.
Regardless if you agree or disagree with them, these are how things are being done here.
We
You
do
don't
need
like it,
that.
don't come. Period. You
Yes.
go to a Muslim country, you have to follow the
You
Muslim
have
rules.
to
You go
abide.
to Japan, you go into
Even
Japanese
if you're not
rules.
religious, you still follow the
Absolutely.
rules.
But this is one of the things that I've seen across Europe is a lot of them are taking a stand on this. How they're doing
On
it
what,
may
sorry?
not be correct.
Yeah, on the
on
religious
on
coming
their
back,
religious
yeah.
beliefs.
That's why there's this religious movement coming back.
Yes, there's a lot of it, right? And then a lot of people are, kind of almost what's that word?
But I find there's a lot of
A lot of
hypocrisy.
peacocking, like saying, well, the Catholics with the Crusades and blah
Okay.
blah blah, and
But that's the issue.
bringing
now.
back, and it's like we're not here to show off who is better, who is worse, and my religion is like this and yours. It's not about that. We need to see the bigger picture, like you were saying. There's something more. It's we have to come together. It's like, why are you being distracted by all of these things? Like,
Because
again,
it's easier to manipulate a civilization.
Exactly.
But again, whose fault is this? It's ours.
of course it is,
Because we're hating
because we
people.
sinners.
Yeah, we're all sinners. But that's what I meant. Like religion is out there because there's just a different. We have different ways now today in 2025
Mhm.
to unite or separate people,
Right.
right? But I would really like to go back in time and bring back Christianity when Christianity was here at school, and
Yeah.
because they were showing you the morals, right? The good stuff.
Exactly.
How
The
to-
message
the
is
message.
the most important.
Now, I don't need to believe in the messenger. I definitely don't.
That is
but
fine.
I do respect the
Yeah.
message.
The message is the most important because a lot of faiths believe in that message as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
running theme.
But they're saying, but my message or the one that's
It's
designed
better. It's done
But
better.
it's like a phone.
It's
Why
always-
Samsung? Why iPhone? They're both phones. They both answer. You both
Yeah.
communicate. But why? This one, it's sweatshops. This one doesn't have a
Right.
good camera. Everybody's trying to separate everybody to prove that you should come with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm holding the best, the
Except in
honest,
me.
the purest. And then the other one's like, no, but look at this.
Yeah.
That's why when they go to these religious things, it's like, yeah, but your prophet was with a 9-year-old. Yeah, but your religion destroyed a whole fucking village and a whole city and killed everybody with the newborns and the animals and this and then like now pick which one is less worse.
I don't
Yeah,
pick
but
any.
that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of religious war, even though that's not the bigger picture, but that is what we're seeing.
Choose love.
But do you need a religion? You can believe in God. You don't need to believe in a religion.
That's me.
I believe in
That's
God.
where my agnosticism comes from.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if
fine.
there
I
is a
believe in
higher,
That's literally
I don't need
me.
him to be Buddhist, Christian, Muslim, or Jew. If somebody created me,
Mhm.
cool,
Right.
amazing. Now, do I need to read a book that was written by men, influenced by men, and transformed by men to manipulate men?
But
No.
you have.
What do you mean?
You have read the Bible.
Yes, I read the Bible,
Yes.
the Quran, and everything.
And that's
and
what I
it
mean.
has
You
flaws.
still you got to
Everything
that
has
point.
flaws because it's written by us. But we are human beings. Of course, we are
Well,
flawed.
the Muslim will say that the Quran, no. But anyway, that's another debate because that's what they did better
I'll
than
let
Christians.
you handle that one.
No, because that's what they did. And that's why one came after the other. Muslims could have never came before Christianity
No.
because they learned from the mistakes of Christianity and updated their system. The prophet was given the book by the angel Gabriel that was whispered from God. So whatever's in here should be perfect. Period. And then people are like, you see, that makes more sense than apostles witnessing and not agreeing. And some chapters removed. Some was this because King James or Constantine decided to transform things. Because they know this is historical facts that men has touched and influenced the Bible.
Men always touching things. huh?
And even the Quran right now, there's a big revolution
but
between
who wrote the Quran?
who wrote it
Yeah.
is the okay.
It's
so-
not Muhammad because he didn't write and he
no,
didn't
no,
read.
he didn't write. It was
Yeah.
written 35 years after his death.
Okay, but
So
who?
it was recited
Recited by whom?
by everybody. That's how they did it because they didn't believe, because people didn't know how to read or write. So the best way to spread the message was to recite it. So people knew it by heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the only religions that there's multiple people to this day that can tell you the Quran from page 1 to the last page by heart.
Mm.
And it's crazy because it takes about 7 hours. That's how they were devout
Yeah.
to the religion. And that's something when I was telling you Christianity, we're like, why aren't our people this?
Let's be honest. Most Christians don't even know the Bible.
But that's my point. That's why
Let's-
there's a
let's-
new
let's be
wave
honest.
now.
Yeah.
As a
Everyone quotes
replica.
their favorite scripture.
Yeah.
Right? Or you know what I mean?
They pick
Like,
and choose, right?
Yeah.
And now that's why the big movement now, the big wave of returning Christians
Mm-hmm.
and the Christian faith is because they're like, hey, they're doing it. Why can't we do it? We have the truth. We believe in God. It should be us too.
And I think as long as it's, look.
But
As
it
long
won't
as
be
it's
done
done
positively.
But it needs,
That's
the
what I mean.
thing.
I
But
think
it
it needs
won't.
to be done.
It's done for the right reasons.
If it would have been done for the right reasons, these new Christian waves would have been more welcoming.
We don't.
instead.
Yeah, and I agree.
Why,
I
you
agree.
feel like they're
I agree. With,
unwelcomed?
they're not welcoming.
No,
they're
but
not. They're trying to do a separation, and now they're arming
Like, how could
themselves
you
with
call
knowledge.
yourself Christian and not understand like the plight and the struggles that other people face, right? Other religions face, right? Like you can't call yourself a Christian and look and see what's happening to like a lot of these families. You know, I'm talking
But
like
give me an
what's happening
example
with
of
ICE.
what you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about like with ICE right now, right? For me, as an example,
That's
right?
a Christian
Love in your
government,
heart.
Christian,
You know what I mean?
American
Understand?
Christianity,
and they're
okay.
pushing
But you're
out
pushing
Christians.
for this to be done and this happening to people.
Right.
And these Mexicans
Breaking
are
up
Christians.
families. You know
But
what
from
I'm
what I
saying?
understand, they're claiming that these are illegal.
I don't
but
care.
but they haven't been
Illegal or
through due
not.
process. So
But
we
a
don't
lot of
know.
them were
Does love
convicted
but does,
criminals.
That's
No,
not true.
That's not true.
That's not
They haven't been
true.
through
like
due
I
process.
said, I just repeated what I
yeah,
heard.
yeah, but they haven't been
No, we
they
can't
haven't
do
been
that.
gone through due process. That's the issue right now.
None
If
of
they're
them.
illegal, they have to go through a court system.
process,
Exactly.
And
okay.
then they get
Yeah.
You have people. You're telling me there are people that have been there from the age of 7.
Yes, this I'm aware of.
No, but
Absolutely.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
but they're,
And they're
how are they
Christians.
how
And
are
they're
they
Christians.
criminals?
But wait, but I'm adding this is Christian on Christians.
Yes.
American Christianity is it's its
Ah,
own
no,
entity.
so now it's
That's what we-
American now. Okay, but
Oh,
we're talking
it's
about
true.
but that's
They
the thing.
love
You
to
can't-
use that and carry it.
So you can't pick and choose
No,
now?
we
because
can't.
it's like me saying, those are Nigerian Muslims killing the Nigerian Christians.
That's true.
Right? If I do that, that
That's
pretty much
true.
eliminates your debate here.
I hate to say it, but
You
he's
get what I'm
right there.
saying?
I do get what
Okay,
you're saying.
so
I
it's still
do.
Christians on Christians. And these Christians are saying they're pure Christians and they're loving
But they're
and
not even
unity.
proclaiming this. It's Americans on Americans. They're just not acknowledging that
No,
they're
no.
American.
The whole movement of MAGA is about Christianity.
It's Christianity.
Charlie
That's
Kirk
how he got
is
there.
all about real
That's
Christianity.
literally how that motherfucker got there. I'm
Yeah.
talking about Trump.
You
by
see
the
what I'm
way.
saying?
Yeah,
like Donald Trump, I could say, let's just say he's fake, but all his people
They're
around
not.
him are
Oh,
all
well-
pure. And
well, they would say
devout.
they're pure, but
yeah.
But you know what I mean. Even Penn, his last prime minister,
Yeah.
super religious. He doesn't shake hands to women and blah blah blah.
Pence?
Yeah,
Mike Pence. Yeah,
yeah, Mike Pence.
But
So-
even him, he's against.
But it's like when I say
what's being
American
done.
Christianity, it's a very patriotic spin on it. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
always been like
Okay,
that. That's
yeah.
how the Crusades happened. That's how a lot of death.
But that's what I said, that they like to bring this back and kind
But
of
that's a
flaunt it
scary
in your
thing, right?
face as like some kind of weaponization of a very peaceful.
But that's,
But when
religion.
was Christianity peaceful? That's where I'm trying
But it
to
was
understand.
always supposed to be peaceful.
No, that's not what I asked. I
Wait,
said,
what?
when was it in history that it was peaceful? Because
Well,
you are saying, yes, it's
There
true.
was no peace because of how many times people were persecuted because they spread the word.
Wait.
Hold on.
Say that again.
So the apostles, the majority of them were persecuted. They were
yes.
killed because
Yeah.
of they were spreading the word of.
but there was
Jesus
also
Christ.
persecution done
By that.
based because of that. Remember, like
So no, my question is
bringing
when.
bringing religion to the
Yeah,
savages and
again.
Neanderthals.
But
There's
again,
a
it's
lot.
But they
all
even
the
did that in
hands.
Europe among themselves.
Yeah.
Christians from the north, Christians from the south. There was always a subgroup that we had the
But that's,
truth.
Well,
but
yeah, the
that's
Anglicans and
humanity.
Protestants, they
But that
fought
is
like
humanity
cats and
that
dogs.
takes God,
So I'm asking you.
throws its spin on it.
So I'm asking you a simple. In history, when did Christianity?
Look, you
Was
could say
peaceful.
the way
there
that
hasn't-
we carry it.
When? No, I'm not saying why. I'm saying
I don't
when.
think you already know the answer to your
I know the
question,
answer. I
right?
just
and
wonder
I
if
think
she
she knows
does.
the answer to the question.
Since
But
year
I think,
zero
but I
till
think,
now.
I think we need to rephrase what's meant to be said, right? In the sense of there hasn't been any time.
No, but my point was Muslims. I could say the same thing. That's what I mean. Everybody's pointing at everybody.
But
right
my
now.
point is,
But Muslims
the
actually did have.
teachings, right?
Muslims
like
did have
what
actually. But
we're supposed to be doing is that's not being done, right? Like,
Right.
and it's
so-
never been done.
and
That's
it's
my
never
point.
fully been done. There
No,
have been
not
pockets.
properly, obviously. Yeah.
There have been pockets of people that have attempted, that tried,
Yes,
blah blah, and that
yes.
carry those values, I guess,
Yeah,
in their hearts.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it has never been successfully done
Peacefully.
peacefully. Sorry,
One of the first
peacefully done.
commandments: you shall not kill.
Thou shalt not kill.
Yeah.
We didn't even
And
go
yet
that
there's
far.
killing left and right. You
Of
know,
course.
in the name of whatever religion that you
and
want
I'm not
to claim.
saying it's God that did these crimes and
No,
sins.
it's man.
I'm just saying that they use that emblem, and now that emblem is tarnished. And coming at me today, that's what I meant. It's outdated. There's so much blood and so much crimes and deaths on whatever religion it is.
Absolutely.
It's hard to come at like, no, we're going to rebrand it and we're going to rebring it. I'm like, we don't need it. We know that's wrong. So we're smart enough now as a civilization to acknowledge it. So let us be clear with our brand new 10 commandments, but like social 10 commandments. You shall not kill is a kind of universal.
It's a big deal.
It's kind of a universal one, right?
Yep.
You shall not lie would be nice too.
Oh, that's outside.
You know what I mean? I don't remember all 10
That's when we start going,
I think one is
maybe
you
don't
shall
lie
not-
on Tuesdays.
Unfaithfulness, I think one is one of
Adultery.
Thou shalt not
You
covet
shall
thy
not
neighbor's
covet,
wife.
yeah, you
I
should
don't
be
remember all 10 commandments, but meaning that
Yeah,
those
yeah, I
are
know
very
the
good.
commandments.
Those were
And you should
really
not
well
worship
designed. I
any
don't know if
other
they were
god.
realistic, but
Yeah.
they were well designed. And
Yes.
do I need now to have this fear of God? Because if God does exist, and if you are good in your heart, I cannot fathom.
Not just in your heart, but in your actions.
Yeah, for sure. But
Absolutely.
trust me,
I see
I
the
cannot
same.
fathom because I am considered a Muslim, a Christian, or this, I'm going to go to hell. I find that
Yeah,
very,
my whole debate was always about those people who have not, like, that live, let's say, for example,
jungle
tribes
in
and
fucking
stuff
Brazil,
like that don't know, like how, like
guilty.
how are
You
they?
should have went out.
But that's the thing that's the thing about Christianity too. It doesn't promote an unforgiving God, because it's kind of like if, let's say if you cannot forgive a person, then God cannot forgive you. God is all forgiving. So he will forgive you if you wish to be
But
forgiven.
if he's all forgiving, he should forgive me regardless.
If you wish to be forgiven. If
No,
you
I want to be
wish,
forgiven, but I don't want to forgive other people.
then God cannot forgive you.
But
Dude.
he's all forgiven.
you're immature.
So he's not.
No, because you are not God.
I'm not saying I am. I said I'm not forgiving the person. That's why, because I'm not God.
So
But if God is all
as
forgiven, he
believers,
should forgive
you
me.
need to have the image of God and live
I can't have.
by.
I can't imagine God. He's too great.
But in what we were
picture.
taught, right? To forgive, to
Yes.
to be kind and all of those things. So if you cannot forgive the person who hurts you,
Mhm.
then God cannot forgive you,
Why?
because you are the image. You should live by his ways. If
Yeah, but
he
if I'm
can
not able
forgive
to,
you
he's a
for
better
the
man.
worst,
He's a better entity than me.
but you are here on earth. If we continue to live as he would,
Jesus was forgiven, regardless if they abused of him. That's how he gave the second cheek.
he was forgiving.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yes, he
Even though the
acquiesced.
person that hit him
yes,
wasn't.
Yes,
So he did forgive
acquiescing.
him, though.
What do you mean? Sorry.
He forgave him still.
Yes.
So why
Jesus-
wouldn't he forgive me if I'm not forgiving?
Again, you are living as God's. If you are not forgiving people,
Yeah.
you're still promoting exactly what the teachings are
I think
going
she's talking
against.
about the awareness now that you're aware that, in that sense of you want to.
You are not God.
I
You
never
are
said
not.
I
Well,
was.
I'm not saying
But
that.
you
part.
Nobody
not
said I was
forgiving
God.
that person,
I'm not saying that.
you are
part.
acting as if you are God.
No, I'm saying I don't want to forgive them. That's
Then
my
God
choice.
cannot forgive you.
Okay, but I get that. But how is me not forgiving somebody making me God?
You cannot live in the image of God, because God is the
I
only
never
one who
said I
can
wanted to.
forgive.
Come again?
I feel like we're.
Like he's the only one who can judge you this way. Who
But
are
I'm not
you to
judging.
judge
I'm
the
just not forgiving somebody. If somebody hurts me, I'll forgive. No, it's what? Forgive, not forget.
You'll forget.
Me, it's not forget or forgive. I'm petty that way, so I'm going to hell.
And God will treat
Be
you the
petty
same
with me.
way.
So he does to me what I do to others.
You're just not living in his way.
But nobody is.
But that's the problem.
So we're all going to hell.
That's not
I
true.
mean,
Unless you want to create a relationship with I can't talk. A relationship with him.
If he wants the relationship with me, he should come and see me. For sure. He is the greater. He's
No.
the bigger man, right?
think about it this
No.
way though.
No.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I'm just
With
looking
who?
at it from you.
Okay.
Just more from a perspective of, let's say, I mean, you're a parent,
Yes.
right? You have given your teachings
Yes.
to your children. At some point, you expect them to
Yes.
do and learn. You're not going to go and constantly, you're not going to go back to remind them of when they, let's say they do something wrong or whatever like that. Like,
Of course I will.
no.
I have
But
to be the bigger person
your expect
because I'm the
but it's
parent.
not- but the expectation is they've been given these
Yeah.
guidelines and rules, so the expectation is them to
Yeah.
walk with
Consequences comes with
those,
it, yes.
But the consequences will happen if they're caught. or whatever, right? But my whole point is, you're not going to be constantly reminding them day after day after day of your teachings.
So
You've already done that.
So I'll take your example.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I'll take your
you've
example.
done that,
Okay.
right?
So I'll
No, I'm just. I'm looking for confirmation.
But I haven't done that.
But that's why I'm
Because
looking for a
if I-
confirmation.
No, but if I take that example, it's
Go
like
on.
me telling you to tell my kids, don't do it. And then I find out that they didn't do it.
But that's not the case.
Yes, it is the case.
No.
Because God didn't come and see me and tell me these are my rules.
Yes, he did. He gave you the 10
He
Commandments.
He didn't give me.
Those are
He
the
didn't give
rules.
me.
You
He gave
said
it to somebody else. That somebody else.
Now you're just playing
Yeah, yeah.
loophole.
No, no.
Being,
No,
Now
but
you're
let's be
just-
very. Wait.
Is this a debate in good faith, guys?
It is in
Or-
good faith because again, God didn't give it to me. He gave it to Moses, the 10 Commandments, and then through time,
And then
it
Biggie
was
gave me
share
the
it.
10 crack
now
commandments.
me in 2025, somebody comes and tells me, he's like, "Hey, there was this guy about 30,000 years ago
Well,
that
so
saw a
that's
burning bush that got 10 commandments, came down the mountain and blah blah blah."
right. Mhm.
I'm like, okay, I'm willing to accept that. Tell me, if he would have came and told me and said, like, listen, son, this is it, and then I go against it, it's on me, 100%.
Okay.
But if I go and say to somebody else that comes and sees you, and then you don't do it, and I come and tell you, oh, whoa, why didn't you do it?
But you know, I was going based off of what he said. He didn't come. I understand what he said. He didn't
Yeah.
come to me.
Yeah.
But I was just explaining my analogy was more in the sense of like, you know what you have to do, right? Kind of like when your kids, they know what they have to do.
Because I told them.
Because exactly.
I
yeah.
told them. If
No,
somebody,
I understand what
that's
you're
what I
saying.
mean by that.
But
Because
my whole point was, Cedalia's point is, you know the right thing. You know
No.
what the right thing is. Once again, I know you're
No,
gonna
no.
have a retort, but I'm
No,
just
no,
saying,
no,
you
no.
know what
Again,
the right thing is.
Because what I'm having an issue with
Yeah,
is,
man.
let's just
Tell
say, for
me.
example, let's just say
Yeah.
at the end of time we die, and God comes to me and he's like, listen, he's
You
like,
go
those-
to God. It does
Huh?
not come to you. You go to God.
okay, I go to God,
I
Yes.
think,
but I feel like God is everywhere. So
look,
so I feel like you.
But that's you are going to him because he is everywhere.
But if okay, whatever,
Okay.
I'm not gonna go through the
Alright.
semantics.
I feel like, yeah, I feel
I'm
like
not gonna go
those,
through the semantics.
no.
But let's just say he comes up and he's like, yo, the 10 Commandments
Mm.
were changed with time.
Who says
Updated,
this?
baby,
Who
to
says this?
reflect
Who
the
says this?
God.
Oh, okay.
2025
So
And I'm
God
like, but I didn't know
values.
any better,
No.
right?
Okay.
I didn't know any better. The text that came in 2025 was this. How can I go back in time and know what exactly happened?
Okay.
Like the Bible and everything like that. Some chapters were missing. If the chapters that are missing are important for God and we decided to remove them.
Okay.
No, you get what I'm saying?
I do.
So then how am I going to be judged the same way that the Amazonian people that live in the jungle that don't know any better
You leave
and
those
they're just
good
trying to
people
be
alone.
good and they're coming like, listen, I didn't see a Bible. I wasn't heard about Christianity, Judaism, or Muslim or
But
whatever
I'm
it
not
is.
speaking about people who are not aware of God. I'm speaking of people who
I
are
brought
aware
that
of God.
example,
Yeah.
but
But
Yeah.
you're claiming that we are aware of God,
yeah.
but I'm not convinced that we are aware of his original message. Through time, it has been changed and proven multiple times. So if something could have been changed, how can you actually believe anything in that book? Right?
Interesting.
No, but don't you agree?
I don't
Okay,
know
it's
if
not
I
defeat.
agree or
Look, we're not.
disagree.
It's not about like right or wrong right now, right?
Yeah.
No, but
I
I'm
don't
just trying to
know.
give you a perspective, meaning that if
I know what
it-
you're saying.
that's what I mean.
I do understand. That's really going far down the.
Well, we have to,
Rabbit
right?
hole.
We do
Well, I
have,
have
to do
to,
it. I
because
think we went, I
Absolutely,
think we went far
absolutely.
enough.
That's where the message
Absolutely.
comes from. I'm
I
going
think we
from
went
the source.
really far today already.
Right?
So
If
Yeah, yeah.
somebody,
you can't
a
stop
king,
now.
if a king or whatever decided to change the text to put it in his favor centuries ago,
Yep.
nothing to do with me. And then through time, people started believing it. And here we are. We know for a fact that Jesus wasn't born in December.
Yes.
Scientifically speaking, we know that. We know that. It was probably around September. But
But who said this? I thought you said you.
astrology, we can actually go back to see the
But
famous
you
star.
said we didn't find his bones. Huh?
I
How
don't need the
come-
bones. We can see
So
the
he
stars.
existed.
No, wait 1 second. They said Jesus was born when a shooting star was going through this.
Yes.
The only
The
moment they
north.
could have seen it, because we can go back in time
Mhm.
through the stars.
Yes.
You knew that, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that famous star was in September.
Mm-hmm.
So we know it wasn't in December.
Mm.
Yeah, we know that already.
Okay, so
Like December 25th is not.
Those
when-
people
it was
existed.
already
Point.
pagan holiday
So
in
there
there.
must
Exactly.
be facts, huh? That star exists. So those people existed. Their testimony.
No, somebody
must have been
witnessed the
good.
star doesn't mean.
Look.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
I know what
here.
she's doing. I know what you're doing. You're both are like Okay.
I honestly don't know what you were
Anyways.
doing.
You're acknowledging that historically that there's a factual representation of when Jesus
Of a shooting
was born.
star.
Yes, yes.
That's what I was representing.
Yes, but you understand based off of Jesus, because in December it was not when he was
Yeah,
born.
yeah.
So
If he was
I
born,
know what
yes.
she's doing. I know what you're doing. Okay, you're both doing the same fucking thing. Now let's go. Let's
Are we?
continue. Yes.
Are we?
You guys are like interesting to watch when you debate. I like it though.
Oh, okay.
No, but anyway, regardless,
But it's
my
an
point is
impasse.
knowing that already is falsified.
But who said it's falsified?
It is falsified. He's not born December 25th.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
I'm talking about that.
No, I know you're talking about that, but you're saying this to come back to the point that you were making.
Meaning that through time,
Yes.
that lie became the truth. 99% of Christians today believe Jesus was born December 25th.
I hate and agree with this man sometimes.
Now you have to explain to me, how am I supposed to take that lie, knowing it's a lie, and believe it because everybody believes it? And then if one day I go and see God, it seems, and he's like, that wasn't the truth. How am I responsible of that?
I'd be like,
You
yo,
are
man, you
not
got my
responsible
birthday
for that.
wrong.
But you're
all
not
those
responsible
years.
for that.
You said I am.
No. You gave the example that you did not wish to forgive someone.
This
And
is
I
true.
said,
Yes. But maybe
I
God
said-
wants me not to forgive.
no.
Says who? Says who?
You are very evil, sir.
Yes.
So
Says who?
when you don't forgive someone,
Yes.
right, you harbor a lot without realizing.
I don't.
You might
Yeah,
not
you
realize it,
do.
but it
Come
does.
on, Sid.
It does
Okay.
carry. It
Okay,
does
carry.
carry.
Don't
We
do
may not
that.
acknowledge it consciously, but it
Okay,
does
fair.
carry.
Okay.
It festers.
When you carry this, it harms you. It does. It harms you more than it harms the other
But
person.
don't do
They could
that
care
because
less.
you're just talking from goodness. He's not gonna.
No, but
not
okay,
gonna
fair.
accept
But
it.
That's fine.
what's your point?
I walk.
I knew.
No,
it. You
don't
see?
don't listen to him. By the way,
Listen to me.
no, he's the one who's putting the.
No.
He's navigating you. Like that's what he's doing. I'm not doing anything.
No.
Yeah. Stop it.
Listen, don't do that.
Stop it, Jason. I know how you function.
No, I'm
You
no.
guys.
He's
no.
like that's where don't go there. That's where he wants to take you. But no, don't do that.
So-
Don't do that.
No, but
It's
sometimes
just the basics.
it's helping.
It's the basics.
She doesn't need help.
It's the basics
Basics of what?
of just living a morally peaceful life. All of this unforgiving, all of this harbors a lot of hatred, a lot of anger. That if you want to go scientific, if you want to go all of that spiritual stuff, I'm totally on board. Energetically, that shit is very damaging. Okay, to not forgive, all of that, and you're harboring within. Okay, now to walk in the light of God, the path of light. Let's just say that the path of light, which equals to peacefulness. That's what we want, right? In life is we want to find peace, to be at peace, to find happiness, to find all of those good things, good vibes, good energy, right?
No. Who says who?
See, I was right.
Is that not, you just said it's the pursuit
I
of
said for
happiness.
me.
Pursuit of happiness.
For me.
Pursuit of happiness / fulfillment. To be a fulfilled
pursuit of
person,
happiness,
you
period.
shouldn't harbor any of that garbage.
Says who?
What do you mean? Says
What?
who?
Okay, so let me explain what I'm trying to get.
Fundamentally, energetically, you
Yeah.
know that something's
No,
off.
this is a luxury. This is
This
why.
is not luxury.
This is
Don't give
why
me this
people
whitewash
problems.
bullshit. Oh, here
Because
we
I'll
go.
tell
I
you
ain't
why.
white.
No, because deep down, everything goes down to survival. Not happiness, survival.
We're not
survival
there anymore.
is not. But that's
But
what
we're
I'm
not
saying.
there anymore.
But we were created then and then for that. Now,
But who said we were created like that?
I'm probably like,
It was very basic when we came along.
was I even
No,
needed today, guys? I'm just saying. I'm like, it's like at this
so,
point.
so you're talking about the journey of light, right? You know, Buddhists and Hinduists have different philosophies when it comes to these
Okay,
things.
forget
No,
religion
no,
because
no,
you're,
no.
You're straying away from what I
I'm
was
not
trying to
saying.
say.
My point is everybody has
Mm.
different definitions of what is their journey, their purpose, their path, their light.
Fair.
How do you pick which one is the right one? Buddhism and Hinduism has been here way before. Well, Hinduism, not Buddhism. But my point being is they all have scriptures of the journey and the follow of light and energy. Now, how do you determine? You open up, you go into a store, and you have all these religions and all these beliefs,
Mhm.
and they all have their version of purpose of life, of what they should do, what is right and what is wrong. They don't all have the 10 commandments.
Mhm.
Hinduism and Buddhism don't have the same 10 commandments.
No, I know.
Okay. Now, how do you determine which one is morally the most righteous one?
That's what I was saying. Energetically, you can just feel it. Like, come on. You don't feel it in
And
you
then he's
when
gonna
someone
say
lies
that
to you.
I don't know where he was going with
Like you
this,
don't
and
feel
I don't know
some
where
type
you're
of
going
way
with
when
this.
people lie to you, when people hurt you, when people betray you. There's something doesn't feel right. So fundamentally, as human beings, when we had, let's just pretend you're fresh in this world. You're the first human being, and you're having these weird feelings. Like you just saw something, and you're like, "Yo, I feel some type of way. This doesn't feel right." So you want to avoid that, correct? You know what I mean? You're being harmed. This does not feel right. I want to avoid that.
I just wanna say
Yes.
that I felt attacked earlier.
When? By
Not by
who?
you, by
Oh.
Sin.
Look at his
Because
face.
I knew this was the reaction. What you were gonna
Of
say, I
course,
knew this was gonna be the reaction.
Because to him,
So,
it's my highfalutin mumbo jumbo.
because yeah.
I know, but it's not going to stop me from saying
I'm
it.
not saying it should stop you,
Exactly.
but I just wanted to point out this.
Because
If I could do a screenshot, this
a
very
small
look
scale.
was what I had in my head when you said, "Jason, don't do that." I was like, I knew that was coming.
That's why I'm letting you do it again.
But look,
But I know that you know me well enough.
on a small scale, right here in this room,
Huh?
people like you and people like me and like you exist in great amounts, right?
I think we are an accurate representation
Yeah.
in terms of all of our different type
There's
of.
so many like we're just a small little like on a scale. This is the small, but there's greater scales, and we're gonna have these conversations. People will exist,
Yes.
but the difference is they're not sitting down and having civil, respectful conversations.
Amen to that.
And that's basically this whole thing that we're talking about is also a proof that we can still have these discussions and still be respectful and still be kind.
Preach.
You know what I mean?
Hey.
That's basically it.
She said it.
No, I agree.
From
And
your
it
lips
feels
to God's
right.
ears.
You are being heard. I am being heard. I have not felt threatened, disrespected.
so.
I'm being heard, and I hope that I've done the same. Right? And
Only
that
Jason feels attacked here.
Oh, me? No.
he always feels.
I felt left out. There was a difference.
Aw.
You're more than
Oh
welcome.
no, I couldn't. There was no way of getting.
But
in
my
between
point
this.
here, and I just want to make things clear, I'm not trying to convince you of
Absolutely
anything.
not. And
I'm just saying that we come with this this idea that
Mm.
morals, values is this one size fit all.
yep.
And I'm like, depending on what nation you go, what culture, what
Right.
belief system,
It's like a condom, guys. There's different sizes.
I guess, but they all
Good.
protect you.
And they
Hey!
nicely done.
But some gives you
But
more.
not everybody wants to wear them.
Yeah,
Ah,
that would be me. That would be definitely
Well
me.
done, guys. You see?
Definitely me.
Look at us how we brought it back
I
together
know.
with humor.
And
Yeah.
honestly, as long as you're happy, who
Same.
the fuck am I to come and question this?
I want
love
everyone. I want people to be happy. You right?
Pursuit of happiness.
You know, I
Pursuit
want
of
people to be
happiness,
happy.
Pursuit of fulfillment.
I love that. You know, the fact that we could have these conversations.
Yes.
You know
And
what I
it
mean?
can be done. And I
And-
think that's what the world needs more.
And
of.
you don't have to go home feeling like, you know, you don't need to agree with me. I don't need to agree with you. We don't need to
Exactly.
agree
And
with
there's
each other.
nothing wrong with
That's
that.
okay.
And that's one of the fundamental problems with humanity is that we need people to be on board with us for us to be validated in our own beliefs. And maybe there's something wrong with us.
Shit. I can't say
And on
anything
that
better
note,
than that. That's his line.
By all means.
Peace.
Peace.